And we are live. Hello, welcome to the Root Winter Tournament 2023, Game 8 of Round 1. Our players tonight are It's Rudimentary.
Hey, hey, hey.
Insolent Noisemaker.
Hello.
GFletch.
Hey.
And Sandbox.
Hey, y'all.
All right, folks, you know where to find me if you need me, so good luck and have fun. You can get started.
So if I'm not
Awesome.
mistaken,
Here we go.
I'll be choosing the map. And it is the winter tournament after all, so there really is no choice. Going winter map.
It's not called the Root Lake Tournament.
Yeah.
It's true, it's not.
Okay, sorry. Give me a sec. Let me take a look at
Take your
clearing
time.
spawns.
We're aiming for like a 4.5 hour game, I think. So
I think that's already
we
happened.
can go slow.
We're off to a good start for that.
Sorry, I'm just rebalancing audio. Lake tournament next year. Yeah, still no badgers, weirdly enough. It's very odd that we have not seen them yet. Well, it's not that odd. Statistics are, pardon me, random. And weird. But yeah, it's disappointing we haven't seen them yet. Because they're a cool faction.
I actually want to play lizards, so just don't pick lizards, and we'll all be good.
I think I'm not picking Lizard's fourth seat. This feels... I'll take Dutchy.
All right, Mill's fourth seat. Not very surprising.
Okay, hit him. He picked Dutchy.
Here
we
go.
There we go.
How it works.
I'm rolling up a newspaper as we speak.
All right, where do we start in this map? Typically, 5 and 6 are, of course, the great clearings to be in for moles. And they are, of course, the correct suits for that at this moment. They're bunny and mouse, typically considered the best two crafting suits. What other options might be interesting? Oh, that was not one I was going to say. One of the cool things about that is it is a clearing with only 2 connections, so it lets you stack more warriors into one of the 2 adjacent ones, which we just saw. 4 has 3 warriors.
Yeah. All right.
So Woodland Alliance is, of course, the next best faction in this pool, but it's also a winter map, which is a significant detriment. Use the 2 lines. Oh, it didn't fit. I'm sorry. Thank you, Batmaster. I'm just a dingus and didn't notice it.
I'm gonna have to go. WA.
On winter map, bold choice.
That is a bold choice on winter map.
It is.
To be fair, all of the 3 other options are really bad. But
Well, I like cats, but I just don't. I don't know.
Better.
I think we said just put these in the supporter stack, right, and not flip them up.
Yeah, you can... It's going to put them in the hand if you put them there anyway, which is...
Yeah. And then,
weird.
yeah, you can just
I can't see
alt-shift
them right
over
now.
them.
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
Oh, but yeah,
that works for me,
shifting
then.
over them, leaving them there. Makes sense.
So I think that is, if I'm not mistaken, the entirety of my setup.
It's pretty easy for WA.
Easiest setup.
It's rudimentary, really.
Yeah.
Some might say insolent, but
See, I think it's kind of just free game who you pick now. Depends on your hand a lot, I would assume. And also how confident in Corvids you are.
cats, right? Go for cats.
Accept your overlords.
Yeah,
Colonial overlords, or invite the dragon god into your heart. Or join the cabal.
Right. I almost wonder, are Corvids not a necessary pick, but a strongly incentivized pick to counterplay moles? Likewise, lizards for a similar reason? Like, do we need... I mean, honestly, all three of these police moles to some extent. Because Marquise de Cat deny rule across the map. That's less true with the way moles set up, having clumped warriors in these clearings. If they were in a more central location where there was only 1 or 2 warriors in each of these, that would be more the case. But we're going cats. So I can stop talking about it. Do that. Move the camera over. Turn on the meeple. There we go. I mean, we actually... All right, we're going for the opposite side of the map, it looks like. We actually could have, like, tried and make moles a little miserable by just sitting on top of them, you know? Putting our homelands right in the way of moles.
Crafting an anvil.
Going for a fox workshop.
The best koi response I've ever heard.
Fox is always an interesting crafting choice for cats. We, of course, had the cats fox crafting game recently, where PJ Darker was doing a fox crafting game represent. Like, False Orders is, of course, great, always. But especially...
Let you hit, like, number pad 1 to just spawn a warrior.
Oh, really?
2, yeah.
But it can be especially good for cats if they're having trouble with rule.
Yeah. For cats specifically. You'll see it in the bottom right-hand corner. It says numpad 2 for Eerie, 3 for Alliance Warriors. If it's just easier to grab them out of your supply.
Oh, I see. Just had to turn numlock on.
Did the stream announcement not go out? That might just be Twitch messing up. Yeah, finishing my thought. Fox Partisan's always good.
You have the 2 cats and 7.
Yeah, you
I
should
don't
have
know.
1 here.
Right.
Eerie Emigre, interesting for cats. Informants has an argument. I'm not as big a fan of it, but I know people like it.
Okay. I think
We don't have a vagabond in this game, so the items are less dangerous to craft.
I want to play Lizards. I have a feeling that Lizards are already going to lose this game on setup. But I have to make Lily happy, so we're going to go Lizards.
Ah.
Clearing.
Oh yeah, no, there's some good spots. I just feel like with moles in this game, there's going to be some racing. So if we don't hit them right away, and I just don't know who's hitting moles first turn.
Actually, Dan, funnily enough, I believe
I'm going to think about it for another minute.
the top one's the ruin for clearing 8. I don't believe it's
I'm not hitting moles.
symmetric across the two.
I think cats are hitting moles. And we have WA. So basically, WA, you can see your supporters right now. Is there any way that you think that you can really block out moles, make them lose a card early on?
Guys, the game hasn't even started yet.
Game starts right away. I think I can probably do a little bit of blocking depending on what cats end up doing. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Because I don't really want to be the militant crows. So I think I am, after some deliberation, going to go Lizards, and we're just going to have a fun game. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, going Lizards.
We are here to
Garden
have fun.
party.
Finishing the thought about cats blocking moles. Yes, I think you could do 1-11-9. If you want to be really spicy, you could do like 1-11-4 and just live with your choices.
Ooh, that's good.
Even like 11-9-8 and counting on somebody to take 5 or 6, I think is a not bad choice either. You know,
Here. And that means
there are ways to try and be annoying to moles in your setup.
okay, hello. There we go. And 1 over here. 2 acolytes.
I don't think y'all are allowed to be salty about moles. Yeah, you have to wait for them to come to digital first, right? Then we can have the resurgence of mole hate.
And what are we gonna make outcast? We're gonna make outcast. Mouse. And I think that's it for my setup. So, if I'm not mistaken, we can go ahead and hit this button and get started.
Yep.
After discarding cards. You must discard cards first.
Before or after, doesn't actually matter.
You can discard before or after, but yeah. I'll wait until all that gets taken care of. There's a card kind of sticking out there.
Pardon me. Missing. Oh, I haven't given it to Rudy. You're right. It's rudimentary. Does not have their correct meeple. Thank you for calling me out.
I think that's it.
I just lose my head when I'm all on my own.
Shall we?
Do it.
We shall.
Yeah.
Let's turn on turns.
So just the outcast is going to go into hated mouse. Do I want to do any conspiracies right away in mouse?
We could
I think I'm fine.
crusade from 6 to 5 if we wanted to try and get some extra warriors into 5
And
and get the cat out of there, perhaps.
reveal cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these all out.
Oh, not the hand I expected with this starting position.
Guy here. Guy here.
Also, not the outcast I expected for this starting position. But I guess we're going for the crafting turn 1.
I will return the cards to my hand.
Very interesting.
And
Presumably we craft the T to make up for not scoring.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna craft this. We're gonna craft the bag
Oh,
for a point.
don't tell me we're doing both.
Register or not. There we go. And that goes into Lost Souls.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad turn 1. All right, we kept the T. Crafted the bag, kept the T. That's interesting. Point shading a little bit.
Some wood.
I do like crafting only one of them.
I will.
True. It does increase the odds of keeping Outcast Mouse. Good catch, ETO.
Hey,
The sawmill? The other sawmill.
The workshop is what I meant.
yeah.
I've discovered a
This
new
game-
crafting
In
technique.
this game, we have 3 types of sawmills.
Wood sawmills, item sawmills, and person sawmills.
All your warriors are actually just like really, really
With construct.
intricately
I am the
designed
mechanical
wood
mark.
carvings of cats.
It's thematic.
I have discovered that this ruin is just going to be in a funny position this game. Cool seeing this aggressive crafting right out of the gate. That's a little bit of soft policing of moles. Oh yeah, Corvids were unchosen.
Build.
Nobody yelled at me about that. Thank you.
Yeah. For work. And you'll never see this coming. Build. And for both of those, I get a point.
Lots of recruiters like to see it. Gonna go hit some moles.
Got to spend that wood.
And I draw 1 card.
Here we go.
Hopefully we
Lizards are the cats hitting the Woodland Alliance
Oh.
if they get too far ahead, so you can't hit me too hard.
didn't set my camera
You
position.
can always hit moles hard early game because that's the only time you can hit them.
It's true.
And I'm not revolting this turn, so you know we're fine.
Thank you for
So-
clarifying.
Yeah, I just felt like I should hit that step. So I am going to use these 3.
Bunny Dom hitting the discard this turn 1 That's good for lizards.
Here. Here.
And I like that spread sympathy. That's some good moles policing right there.
And then I will mobilize these two. And I'm not going to train. No military operations. I'll draw one card.
Cats don't love it, worth mentioning. But, you know, cats don't love anything.
Do I hit something? Yes, there we go.
Yeah, you hit end turn.
Yeah. Notably, Woodland Alliance kept one card, which means it's a high likelihood of being something like Propaganda Bureau or Corvid Planners.
And
Kind of annoying.
Oh, wait. The moles get to go,
The
right?
moles
oh,
get
Yeah,
to-
sorry.
My turn. Yes.
It's the whole order of everything that.
I'm not hitting them that
okay.
hard.
Should they all be? Yeah.
Yeah, because we've only done one turn.
Both don't need to get nerfed quite that hard.
Yeah, Boat Builders is also very good on winter. I got distracted by them trying to skip moles, which would be some great mole policing, I just want to say. If you just skip their turn, puts them a whole turn behind.
Okay, so Birdsong, I'll recruit the one warrior. And then daylight actions. Let's take a look here.
So the big question now is, do we have the clearing suits we need to sway by default? Or do we have to commit some of our precious daylight assembly actions on move? And if we do, we really hope that we just need one rabbit, because this is our only safe move at the moment.
Yeah, no need to do anything too weird. Daylight actions, I will recruit twice.
All right, sounds like we have what we need.
I will reveal a fox, a mouse, and a fox to sway the brigadier.
I think you should go
Cheers.
mayor first turn.
Yes, super useful. Get the crown. It's 2
Beautiful.
points. Return cards to hand. Nothing to craft, so I draw one card and pass.
Very basic moles, turn one.
Now it's going to mouse,
That's not. Where'd my camera positions go?
and we won't do any conspiracies, but we will show you my hand. Oh, and boom. And we'll just continue dropping lizards into this clearing here.
Notably, not dom swapping, apparently. If we just threw Eerie Emigre on the table like that.
Backlight.
Yeah, and we officially used it for sacrifice just now.
I am going to just throw another guy in here. Draw these back in. I will craft Master Engravers,
About to say, we stayed mouse, so we can craft that Master Engravers, which is pretty cool.
and I will draw 2 cards.
They're holding off on the T craft, so
Yeah.
that they can get the bonus point.
Just never let
That's-
it go mouse again. Problem solved. And
That's
my
3
turn.
right there. The other T is 3. They're getting set up in 3 good double clearings here.
Mhm.
Dan's, that's a good question.
Before I get
That's a good question, Dan's. Wrong camera position.
So
Thoughts on going for 12 instead of 4? Yeah, that seems...
as far as lizard starts go, bet you're pretty
Not a bad
happy
one.
with
But
the position you're in.
lizards are too slow to win en route anyway, so you don't really have to worry about it.
It's true. No policing required whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just accept their teachings.
Yeah, going after 12 seems like policing the wrong faction in what lizards are doing. Particularly after seeing the cards in Mole's hand, because they had a couple Fox craftables, right? Signaling an intent to establish in a 2-slot Fox clearing. So recognizing that.
Let's start with the build.
And planning to take over 4 instead.
If you drag them to the side of the table instead, they will auto-return.
Just the side, just not the bottom.
You assumed 12 was so they could pull back into their clearing to protect.
That is 2.
6. Pull back into their clearing to protect. 6. I'm not sure. Pull back into 2. Maybe. I feel like the idea of 12 is that it allows a safety lizard in 2 to work for both 6 and 12, which is valid. But it's a question of at what cost, because it's like we said, you're policing cats instead of moles, and the more you police cats, the less they are able to police moles. And again, even if this was your plan turn 1, which totally valid, I think maybe after seeing the cards in Moles' hand, you should have reconsidered.
There, get some martial law going.
But for all we know, it's rudimentary thought about it and still went with it,
I mean, right, like I understand like the whole like hit the moles. I understand the reputation. I don't think you can do that move. Sorry.
Oh, you're right. I don't rule either.
Yeah, maybe the plan is to try and push cats into moles.
We do need to work together in some capacity. Even though I understand you don't want to work with me.
Work with you later in the game after you've been hit and that you're not able to win.
I don't think you can move there.
Can't move there either.
No.
I'm not used to this having pieces everywhere and ruling nowhere thing that cats have to deal with.
I thought they had an extra wood, Erzad, but I don't see... The game state looks correct now.
The lizards are also making...
Because they had 2 sawmills and they built a 2-cost building, and there's no extra wood sitting around. So maybe either I was wrong or they corrected it.
You're also blocking the rule of there, so...
Yeah.
They are, Katara, they are.
12. We should use the numbers.
Yeah.
Don't need to just spam ping.
Yeah, after this.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this is
Second move then.
This is the repercussions of our actions. Cats are really hemmed in on their second turn.
Yeah, I don't rule anywhere to help get in position to bop the moles. So I will just recruit.
P-Warren, no. Oh, sure, I can show up my shirt. Badgers have not been in the flop at all so far this tournament. It's very uncanny. Given I did a lot of testing, and they showed up plenty in testing.
It's my turn. Draw a card.
Let's see it.
The recruit you've got in 11, that's to help you police the moles. A little?
Or was that a question to me?
Yeah, it's a question. So you got the recruiter in 11 because we're going to try to cage the moles in a little bit.
Yeah. Just building walls and not.
I'm already caged in by sympathy.
Yeah.
No, I understand. I do.
If you're talking about revolting, I think it probably makes more sense to revolt here. I know how, just to help guideline.
That's what I was thinking. I just,
yeah,
figured I'd ask because points are always tempting.
Can I voice opposition to revolting there?
Sure.
Does the opposition mean anything?
Could
speak your mind.
Okay, so the case is that like if you go here, you're never going to get past the gardens with spreading sympathy unless you want martial law, and so right, like you're going to want to March for supporters, this is adjacent to better clearings if you need to march further away. Craft
I do see
boats.
that.
I mean, you didn't, but
I do see that argument. I've been
Right,
thinking about that.
Because the issue with, right, like WA on winter has a reputation because it's so hard to get across the choke point here.
Right.
So
Right. I do like being further south. I do.
North from our perspective.
Sandbox is completely right about this. This is a better clearing for WA. But
Yeah.
if you take this out, you're really affecting cats, who are other militant faction.
my ability to police the moles becomes severely
becomes
stymied.
decreased. And I
Yeah.
think this is a game where if moles choose to race, we all lose. So
No, I kind of agree with that. I'm gonna I'm sorry, Sandbox. I'm gonna revolt in clearing 1.
you sure about that?
Yeah, I think I am. I might regret it, but that's where.
All right, seeing a suboptimal revolt in order to help police the moles here.
I don't like it, but I understand.
Yeah. Well,
It's cool.
and you get a whole extra guy
not an officer
for free.
There. Yeah. Well, that would have happened
That's
anyway, I guess.
Well, that would have happened anyway, but that's fun for WA. It doesn't happen very often.
It is nice. It is nice. I think I'm going to.
I'm honestly surprised, Cats, you didn't hit one of the sympathy to force that and also mean they don't get another guy. I should have said something, but
I think how right a call that revolt is depends a lot on what our secret hand card is.
Not training at the moment, so I'm going to move into evening. I have one.
We didn't craft.
So I think for the time being, I'll just recruit to be safe.
Is there anything worth holding on to that we wouldn't craft now? Unless we're going for like the big brain, just save it until we make sure some saboteurs get churned away, you know? Because like we had a really successful game last year where somebody did that. I'm pretty sure I know who they are, and they might yell at me in chat now. But they had Propaganda Bureau in their opening hand as Woodland Alliance, but they didn't craft it immediately. They waited.
probably an argument for
I don't remember if they crafted their own saboteurs or if they just waited until other people like spent some saboteurs, but then they crafted it mid game and they won.
Oh, I see. So you had
Is
a little
what it-
more space to
is
spread
what
out.
it is. Yeah, I mean, the issue is I can't hit sympathy without hurting my sways.
Right.
Yes, I also saw one Sabo hit the discard. Coffin's not good for Wooden Alliance, but better as Wooden Alliance than as anyone. Better to craft it. Better to have crafted it yourself than have somebody else craft it as Wooden Alliance. Is what I'm attempting to say.
Okay, so sorry, I was just thinking about this because this is kind of an awkward position to be in. But I should Birdsong recruit.
So if you think it's going to be a suitably bloody game, it can work out to craft Coffin Makers as Wooden Alliance. I don't think this is going to be a suitably bloody game to do so. And be crafted upon. Yeah, I mean, it could just be something like a coins or an ambush, in which case I think it's usually better to just mobilize it or train with it. You know, I think the return on investment ends up being higher that way. But you never know. We Equinox, we are at the end of round 2, I believe. And yeah, we should look at the map. This is an interesting turn for Sandbox now, because Sandbox now has to find out what to do. Sandbox had 1, 10, and 4 last round for Fox, Fox, Mouse. Has 4 cards, but now has to give one of them away to move into another clearing.
It would be better if it didn't require thinking.
So really, like, the suit of that 4th card, so important to what we can do right now.
So dig doesn't
So important.
be neat if it did.
Because if it's like Mouse or Fox, we could theoretically dig into one of those clearings and sway Mayor. You know, if it's Bunny,
So this feels bad
it's not good.
to spend this, but we'll probably won't be able to craft it anyway. So bird song, or sorry, I did my bird song recruit. I will do 1 daylight recruit, and my second action will be.
Oh, we found coffin makers, and it's getting dug.
Yeah.
There's the coffin.
As nice as it would be.
Yeah, it's
think
gonna be
I'm
hard to
probably-
get that to that.
I think I'm probably right because there's only 1 double slot clearing, and it's the clearing the lizards clearly want to be in. So like it would be possible.
Yeah.
But really not practical.
Right.
So that was the assembly, I think it's been called. And then actions of swayed ministers. So I will
Send one of those over to 6. Yeah.
There's your mouse.
Dig to 2 to get to 6.
1. I'll do another move from the burrow into 10.
That's a little interesting.
Set up some martial law.
Really like that martial law.
It sets up martial law, but it's also in a clearing adjacent to the
You give me
base.
choice, Woodland Alliance. Too bad being slow. But that was all the minister actions, so I will reveal the same 3 cards, and with 4, 10, and 6, I sway. Where is it? Banker. Get the crown.
Oh, go on banker. Fun.
Score the 2. Oh, mayor. I
Yeah,
I
okay.
said banker.
You
I
said
think I said
Yeah.
banker. I pulled out the mayor. I pulled out the one I wanted.
yes.
That would make chat go crazy.
You just said banker, and I was like, that's an interesting move. But
No, that's a game losing move. In fact, I give myself the points. Yeah, cool.
you could sway banker and then just be like, guys, I swayed banker. You don't have to hit me for the rest of the game because I swayed banker.
Yeah, at what point?
I don't know if that would work.
At what point does the meta become? Let me sway suboptimally, so you don't have to hurt me.
There's already been a lot of aggression here.
And we're staying mouse.
Is this a
So-
lot of aggression?
It's-
What's up with me and the camera angle?
It's a lot of passive aggression, right? Like you're
It's-
not
I will
giving me
give
many
you
options.
passive
I can't
aggression.
move
I
out.
will.
That's fair.
A lot of
That's
I
side
feel
eye.
like it's warranted. You chose moles. This is what has to happen. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
I know,
stay
that means-
mouse.
I'm just saying, like, in terms of hitting moles and stopping them from getting up, you've done a job of that at this point now, and so any continued going out of your way to keep me down is probably overkill.
I am going to do a conspiracy. I'm going to use 1 acolyte because it is hated mouse to convert this mole.
Yep.
All right.
You can just go ahead and take that guy back.
A pretty expected little bit of policing against moles there.
Discard soup kitchens. I'm gonna grab this rabbit ambush.
And nobody dom swapped that rabbit dominance to take it away from lizards, notably.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, it was tied 1-1 at mouse, yeah.
Yeah, so it stays mouse. Yeah.
Yep.
If moles hadn't needed to dig with their bunny, they would have been a good candidate for doing it, you know?
Here. And what are we doing with these fox guys? I'm basically saying I want this clearing.
You are.
Noise.
Are you? We didn't notice.
Because it doesn't really make much of a difference to me. I'm gonna take it at one point anyways, regardless. But I kind of want you to push this way into moles.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just wish you had said that before.
You want that right?
tried
Like if you push him
Sure,
that way,
instead
if you
of-
push him that way, WA
Oh.
just gets lots and lots of
I'm
sympathy.
fine with that.
One
I-
sympathy from the movement, right?
You can have this clearing as much as you want. I can even work at helping get moles out of there if that helps you. That's only 1 slot, I know, but I think you have the power that you can kind of take this half of the board if we're working together to really try to nail down moles.
Mhm.
I know it's rough because this is one of your starting clearings, but I really I need to make this work. So I've kind of already gone into it. So
All right, some confirmation from It's Rudimentary that they are camping in 12 in an attempt to push cats into moles. We'll see how successful it is, because the problem with that plan is that Woodland Alliance became a wall between the two.
You took the.
I took the 2 cards
Apply.
back that I already played. I haven't done any of my foxes.
You had 5 there to start the turn.
I had 5 there to start the turn. That's why I'm kind of like, what am I doing into fox?
Right, Luke, I'm kind of... If you could have pushed yourself into 4 and tried converting those moles early on,
Noise.
I think that has a pretty similar result, but more effective.
I mean, it probably was why it spawned like that, but I think it's just locked like that.
That's fun.
Like our being power of tease that right there.
And that is my 3 foxes. And then it is still mouse, which means I can craft root tea.
Yay.
And that is worth 3 points for me with Master Engravers. Go ahead and go there. And I can draw 2 cards and we'll end my turn. Yeah. And
Muted. I'm muted. Look at me. Look at me. That's what happens when I eat during the game. I was saying, I started saying this earlier, but I don't think I finished the thought. Master Engravers is a really interesting craft for lizards because it can be either really, really good for them or really, really bad for them. And you just don't know until you play the game. Because it entirely depends upon how many items you end up drawing into and how often the outcast lines up with your ability to craft them. You know? And when they do, when all those stars align,
What are you thinking of?
it wins lizard games, you know? And when those things don't happen,
Really afraid of letting them get
it's a wasted craft.
Master Engravers crafts. So
Yeah. I'm not afraid of that. I just don't know if that clearing is worth the investment for me at this point. Like, lizards have gone so heavy on that. That I'm not sure it's not better to just pick my battles.
that's fair. Where are you going to go instead?
Yeah.
11 and 9, maybe.
9.
You could get.
I don't love 9 just because
Yeah.
of the outrage, but it's something.
you have to move that way regardless. Like, I know, like, you don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
move into
no, of
outrage,
course.
but I think
Why don't you? You could have taken care of that on your turn.
Yeah, exactly, Lean Potato. Like, we sacrificed tempo
Could you have?
to set up that tea craft. Is that worth?
But right, you could be recruiting warriors in certain places to try to help with the Woodland Alliance, and you're just focusing on yourself.
me,
Yes.
I put up martial law there.
You were going to put
Martial
someone
law
there.
was
regardless.
already here. Martial law is already here. I think we're good. We're dandy.
I'm pretty blocked in.
Yeah. Like, I don't see where I could
Yeah.
have put martial law that would have really.
Yeah, Noise.
not-
Do you feel dandy right now?
Not dandy.
Is that what we're going with?
Not dandy, but I don't think lizards are. I don't
gonna
think
say
it's worth
this.
my effort to fight for this clearing right now. I mean,
Be a hard one to win.
I think it might make more sense for me to move out.
I mean, blocking them from getting a base here in the choke point is good. Setting up martial law in 11 is good. I understand that's a lot of actions, a lot of cards.
Yeah, it is.
Right, like
It is.
11. But 11 is,
What
11 is
you
cut off from
do
your-
is you
11 is
recruit.
cut
You
off from
have
your
martial law here then, and then you take these warriors and you move them out, and you start building up a army to go take up this side of the board.
Yeah, so what we're low-key seeing is in Lizard's attempt to push cats into moles and Woodland Alliance creating a wall to contain moles, it's also created a wall to protect moles, and it's meant that cats and lizards are now infighting.
Yeah, lizards
You know?
are committed to taking 12, but there's only one building slot free there for a garden, so you can make it difficult for them to at least
You can.
take that clearing.
That
I
is
mean,
valid.
what? Put some more cat bodies in the way for them to crusade against?
Putting more cat bodies isn't even necessary. Just leaving a couple to defend the building a little bit, so that
Yeah,
if
so
they
it takes
want
a few battles.
if they want to get rid of the cats there, they need to either battle or convert and spend their acolytes.
Mhm. Right, I just don't know if warriors are worth it just to waste a couple acolytes. Plus, I need to focus on building.
Yes, and I do think you probably need to move into 9.
I think the more I'm
Because-
thinking about it, the more I think you're right. I do need to move
Because
into 9.
the move away from 9 cut off 11 from your wood supply lines, and 9 and 11 are probably your 2 best building slots right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing some heavy table talk, and it's kind of, it's not surprising with how entangled this game state has ended up already
Get rid of
for at least 3 of the factions.
sympathy at least as well, preferably 9 probably for the sake of limiting the Woodland Alliance.
Yeah. No,
although I understand
that
wanting
is,
to get
that
rid
is
of
basically what I'm thinking right now. Okay.
On some level, I think we can say its Rudimentary's gambit has failed because we now are witnessing an alliance between moles and cats. That's Sandbox and Insolent Noisemaker chatting it up for the past few minutes, planning what Insolent Noisemaker is going to do on their turn. It's basically the opposite of what its Rudimentary was going for.
Craft saboteurs. And
Yeah, no mole cat alliance ends well for cats here.
This isn't how the rule works, but I'm pretty sure it is. I pitch a bird card now.
yes, you can
so you can-
spend the
and
bird
that'll
card for
get me a
extra
fourth
actions
action.
at any
Yep.
time. Yeah.
Thank you. That's how I thought. Just wanted to be sure.
You're good.
Yeah, I think absolutely solid table talking on Sandbox's part, and it's totally understandable from Noisemaker's part because they're just between a rock and a hard place here. Where else are they going to go? What else are they going to do? I'm pointing out that we just saw a Saboteur's Craft and a Boat Builders hit the discard. That's another card Woodland Alliance could have been hanging on to that they officially are not. So the list is thinning. Luke, I don't hate co-commentators. Just you.
I'll march. My second action. Let's leave one behind.
You're gonna want to set up martial law probably there eventually, I'd think.
No, you're right. That's a good point.
So it depends on if you're putting a recruiter there and then recruiting, it doesn't matter.
True.
Yeah.
But
Otherwise, I'd either pull from this clearing or this clearing.
Yeah.
Just to bring someone else in. Unless you
Yeah, I
need
see
the
what
other
you're
march
saying.
movement.
You're
I don't
saying.
know what you're doing.
I probably wouldn't pull from 4 because that's a second outrage. Even if it's not
Yeah.
coming from your hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of which,
All right. Thank you. Is that for me or is that just for me to look at?
that is your outrage payment.
Okay. Thank you.
So we haven't finished it yet, but our first action is going to be March.
I'm also nervous. Woodland Alliance have kept a card in their hand both turns.
Sandbox noticed.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because they could have built Prop Bureau last turn. They had 3.
I'm pretty sure I chucked it, but in my starting hand, I had Prop Bureau.
Okay.
It's rudimentary saying that they drafted away Prop
Bureau.
Bureau.
Gone into Prop Bureau. Unless, did they keep that on
They
their
could've
first
gone
turn?
Prop Bureau.
They kept on their first turn. They only
Okay.
mobilized 2.
I just,
And I
yeah.
guess they knew they were probably okay
Well,
because they mobilized a mouse and a bird. But
Maybe they have Corvid planners, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That would be the other thing that's really helpful for them, especially in a game with Lizards.
Or
That
like a
can be
bird
really,
ambush.
yeah. Or yeah.
Yeah, Sandbox is doing a really good job of watching the table and directing the table talk, which is
I have the second
really good for moles.
else.
Just gonna say it.
No, that's too risky. I'm just gonna forgo it.
Yeah, right. That if the outcast stays Fox, the Lizards could just decide. I don't think they would, but they could always.
No, that
12.
I agree, probably not, but
Elevate.
it's just gonna sit there. So
Yeah.
Oh, what a wild suggestion. Slipping in the idea of Lizards Crusading from 12 to 3
that was my first action.
if the outcast goes to Fox. Almost certainly not going to happen, right? But by mentioning it now,
action, I will build.
now it's in your head.
Recruiter. That is 2 points.
You need to take the wood,
Yes, thank you.
of course.
So we didn't end up setting up martial law in 9, I note.
And I will recruit for my third action.
Okay, we're doing recruit to do it. Okay. We just didn't use March to do it. I was bringing it up because I'm wondering if it's worth pulling our warriors out of 12 if we think they are in danger of being converted. Right, that's what I was trying to lead to when I first mentioned the crusade thing.
For my fourth action, I will battle with the Alliance here.
Because I think some combination of sanctify and convert are more likely to happen in 12.
I will not.
Okay. It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
But
I can take
It
that.
would have been
that
a
is
2-0.
destroyed. I have no hand, so you may take your card.
All right.
That takes Woodland Alliance up to 3 supporters.
Destroying the sympathy. Rule oppressor that I am.
It is absolutely like dark magic.
Draw 2 cards.
All right.
And end my turn.
So I will not fault. I'm gonna thread sympathy. I will do.
Do we head back to 9 or we head over to 5? Back to 9.
I'll get me a point.
Makes sense. Still hems in moles, but cats are already there.
The end of my bird song.
I just crushed those riots.
Yeah.
Popping
The
back up.
And it's not next to your base, of course.
every turn, you're probably giving the cats an extra point every turn because I can't imagine them wanting you to revolt there.
Yeah, but
They're at 9. I
Overabundant
always
to-
think because they're at 9. I understand. I was just working with them to try to. But right,
it's not.
there's a universe where I'm so cramped in and everything, and I can't do anything about the cats, and the lizards don't have battles, and you don't have
Yeah.
battles.
Yeah.
So
I got.
But I do understand that like you kind of have to spread this way because this way is completely non-viable. I mean, you
Right.
could go here, but that's it.
I can go there, but I can also utilize the base a little bit in that direction. So
True.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Here's for everybody's enjoyment the card I've been holding on to. I'm going to. I'm not crafting it. Nope. I am
Oh.
training with.
mouse amp.
Okay.
Oh, so you
It was an ambush.
your base.
I was getting my base.
Okay.
That's my big thing.
that's
so I'm gonna-
that's respectful. Yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna train.
that makes sense.
I am going to mobilize, and we'll go into evening.
Online.
We will do a movement
We got to go to 10, right?
operation. So we're going to move, and then I will organize.
Lingzaros, I think it was more specifically protecting the sympathy in 1 and 11 to make sure that they could become a base. It may not have been an ambush. That may have been a bluff.
And I will draw.
GFletch may have said that this is the card that they were holding on to this whole time, but it could have been a lie.
It's okay that I did it that way. It's probably fine.
You pressed 2 on the deck. That's fine.
I did.
As long as you only got 2.
Yep, only got 2.
Better than pressing 1/1 and getting 11 cards.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
So. Are you gonna have any spare actions on your turn, Cats? I guess. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm still
you can call me
figuring
Cats.
out which players, which names. Only because like a revolt in 10 would, that I think it's probably not super likely because there's not a lot to gain from having a base here that you don't get from just having a base in 1.
Also,
But-
these 2 cards would have to be like perfect for that to happen.
Or
I mean, it's a 50-50,
Yeah.
but
I'd have to be pretty lucky.
that's not necessarily true, right? Like the Cats are probably going to attack in 9 again. They only have 2 cards in hand.
Yeah,
If they're
that's fine.
bird cards or they have to draw from the deck, they could get a card from the deck.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm
I'm
just,
not
like-
likely to give them a bird card, but unless they
no,
draw from
I'm
deck.
saying you would not give them a bird card, but they would draw a card from the deck, and that could be, a missing card they need.
I'm not convinced why a base here would be so terrible for me. I mean, it's not great, but
It wouldn't be terrible. The only reason it would be terrible for you is because it could hurt me a lot, and you probably want to focus your actions on scoring and let me use more actions to do policing. But I can't do that if I continue to lose cards from my hand.
Are you going to continue to head over towards 2 and fight the lizards there?
Are you asking? Is
Yeah,
that?
I was just curious if you were,
You're asking
if you were
me.
filling that too.
Well, you're not giving me much of a choice, right? I have the tunnel there. I have access to other clearings for swaying because I can't move out and lose cards. So
Right.
that's the dilemma, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I only have 4 cards in hand, which ideally I'm using this turn. It's tough. Okay, so Birdsong. I'll get
So something interesting about Sandbox's pitch there
Daylight.
is it included a talk about continuing to police. Can we say moles have done much policing at the moment?
Okay. Daylight, I'll recruit 2 more. It's both of the assembly actions. And then actions of swayed ministers. So first I'll Brigadier move 2 warriors from 10 into the burrow. And then we'll say 2 different warriors. Because the ones that are in 10 need to rest. They're dealing with who knows what. So 2 different ones will move to 2. And then for Mayor, I will copy the Brigadier move. And I'll move 1 mole into 12, 1 mole into 6.
Yep.
Even though that one might just join the cause again. I don't have a lot of sway over the outcast right now, so GFletch, that's like mostly your position right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's true train-based gameplay. There is no sympathy in the burrow. They've done a great job of protecting it.
Around that,
Right, because
for sure.
I don't get very many discards a turn, especially earlier on in the game, but you have supporters and training and more flexible crafting. So just saying it's a thing.
Yeah,
those were
when it
both the
comes-
mayor. Yeah, no, go on.
Yeah, no, we can chat when it comes back around to my turn about what that looks like.
Cool. Those were all of the assembly actions. So now I sway to nobody's surprise.
Actually, those were all the Parliament actions.
Cards. But I use 4 cards.
These are your assembly. Those are your Parliament.
Trying to downplay the little false orders you have, but
I mean, to craft false orders, I need to.
you need
be
to
able
build something.
in a fox clearing. And I don't know how many fox clearings will be safe for building for
Oh, it's right
the
there.
game. Oh, that's not the thing I should search. That's my mole bag. This is where they keep the good stuff.
Yes, you're not going to find your ministers in your bag of warriors.
A normal mole.
Just sway a mole. He's made his way up the ranks. He's now a lord. We'll sway Baron of Dirt. So that's 1, 2, 3.
Is this our first moles game we've seen where Baron of Dirt was the first noble swayed? I feel like we've seen a lot of Earl of Stone and Duchess of Mud up to this point. This feels like the most conventional mole game plan we've seen.
Baron of Dirt scored my points. I should be at 7 now.
Like, we got our Bridget, we got our Mayor, we got our Baron of Dirt. Turns 1, 2, and 3.
Nothing to craft. Draw a card. Kidding.
Okay.
Okay.
So, looks like it's once again staying mouse.
Didn't go Fox, which we were hypothesizing its rudimentary maybe wanted.
Do I want to do this? This is funky.
I have an idea of what you're thinking, maybe. And I don't think it's a good idea. If I had to guess.
What do you think I'm thinking?
I think you're going along with basically the mindset of the whole table and seeing like, hey, what can we do on this turn to make the mole's life hard? And so I would hate it. And I also don't think it helps you because you don't want clearing 2, but like convert me and then crusade into 2.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so
You have read me like a book.
I think I just know
I agree
mole
with you.
hatred.
I don't think that you're not a problem. I'm gonna say that right off the bat.
I'm not saying I'm nothing. I'm doing what I can to stay a card carrying member of this game of Root. But I feel like it makes more sense to let me be in 2 where I'm really not a nuisance to you because I'm not breaking 6 lizards and 2 gardens anytime soon.
Yeah.
I feel like you should at least, like, if you're gonna crusade to 5.
Yeah, the thing is I continually am not drawing bunny cards, so 5 isn't like a big deal to me until I can have 2 gardens on the same turn in 5.
It's drawing the bunny cards.
It's just drawing the bunny cards.
No, you can see my hand, and I don't have any bunny cards.
No, I'm well aware.
Discard pile only has 3.
Yeah,
You have a
it'll
nicely
happen.
stratified deck.
It'll happen one day.
Yeah.
One day. Although I've said that as birds with bird cards and then never drew a bird card the entire game. So you never really know. I'm just thinking about it, because this could very well get me a point. It could very well not. You know what? There's been a lot of hostility between the moles and the lizards. And as a gracious extension of our holy love for the mole kind, we will not be doing any conspiracies on this fine day.
Wow, Mole's got away with it.
Which means I'll just go ahead.
Sandbox talked his way out of getting bopped.
Which will involve a whole bunch of stuff. We will go ahead and we will recruit once more into this bunny clearing.
Can I just draw attention to the fact that they now also drew coins?
Yeah, but I don't have any bunny buildings.
Doesn't
so-
matter. You have master engravers.
I mean, you know, you're not far from.
So that's bunny.
Yeah, they have a nice
Right.
presence building in 5.
It'll happen one day, but you will have a lot of time. Someone's already crafted Sabo, so if you guys want to do something about it, I feel like there's definitely an avenue for that. Okay. What do I want to do?
Right. They also have the. Did I see a boot in the hand as well?
There was a boot. I
Which
did draw
is,
it back in. I'll let you know that. Also bunny crafting.
Yeah. So, right, if they get a foothold in that clearing that they're already establishing,
We'll start. Well, and
that's 6 points in hand. Plus,
I'm gonna go
setting up
ahead
for
and
6 points a turn.
going
Yeah.
to build this fox garden.
All right, we're locking down that building slot before anything happens. It's not enough for us to start scoring Fox or to get our extra card draw. Thoughts on converting the 2 Woodland Alliance warriors and Crusade into the bunny clearing? Is it worth the 3 acolytes?
That's
Is
okay. I don't think that
Yeah.
that breaks any of Guerric's
yeah.
rules.
I think you've already seen all those cards before anyway.
we did. Yeah, you revealed that on turn.
But I can craft in mouse, which I will not be doing.
I think
Draw 2 more cards.
I'd like it more if we had an additional recruit so we could Crusade in 1, staying in place, battling the Woodland Alliance, and then Crusade over to 5.
Interesting.
Or maybe even just doing it in 1. Because Woodland Alliance are getting off to a decent start for a winter map. But at the same time...
I'll be back in just a sec.
No, because as Lizards, if you do plan on being in 5, you'd rather get rid of this base before they can just have an easy move, organize, target. So I maybe just support it. I was coming up with like table balance reasons, like maybe you want to keep Woodland Alliance around a little bit to help so they can
For 4th action.
have more energies to direct toward moles, but I don't know. I think Woodland Alliance and moles are both just problems right now. You know?
I am going to battle the Woodland Alliance here. Do you have an ambush? Would you like to play an ambush?
I think I will not play an ambush.
Okay. Dice roll that doesn't matter. Oh, I'm sorry. You take your own
Nope,
piece.
that's okay. I
And
can take it.
You just wanted to hear the little trumpets.
Yeah.
I have this is not a rabbit card in my hand. You may look at it if you like.
Sure. All right, I believe you. I'll take one from the deck.
I appreciate the trust.
Have you taken any of the actions? Sorry, I'm
Battle.
That was one action.
back. You battled the sympathy? Okay. Cool.
I mean, this really feels like
By showing them their place.
moles and Woodland Alliance are both doing well. Moles are going to have a little trouble on their pivot into Swole, but Woodland Alliance are also going to have a little trouble dealing with spreading through lizards and cats. So both are doing well, but both are going to struggle in ways that are opaque at the moment because they're actually kind of going to just depend on RNG that resolves later. You know, what cards Woodland Alliance ends up drawing, when the outcast lines up with moles building, things like that.
I like that.
So I don't know that I could say that either one of them's clearly in the lead.
Okay.
I mean, we know cats aren't in the lead because they're rapidly running out of building slots and, you know, they're just feeding Woodland Alliance an outrage every turn. We know lizards aren't winning because they're not stabilized on turn 4, you know? I think I'm saying you know a lot. But they're not stabilized on turn 4, and I don't know if they do stabilize this round at this rate. Unless the table puts them into Fox Outcast for them.
And I think it's time to build. 3 wood, which I can supply root from here, here, here.
In a strange way, that's almost. Yeah, BW, the moles' crafts are in Fox, so they've clearly been signaling an intent to set up in 4. But we also never know when they're gonna just, luck into a coins or something. Coffin Maker's already hit the discard.
Afford to be flexible with. I know you were asking for me to destroy that.
I feel like it might be. I don't know if destroying an 11 or destroying an 10 is better, because I know 10 they can revolt, but they probably
I don't
won't.
see much value in destroying 11 because they can't revolt and it's surrounded by martial law.
The value is if you destroy an 11, then they need to spread 2 sympathy to get back to 9, or use their officers to go that way. But then they could only spread their next turn. So I actually think 11 might be more protective.
I think that's fair.
I mean, I do like getting it out of my territory.
Luke, the one counter argument against angling for coins is that we know one of the 3 coins cards are in Lizard's hand. So that's already diminished our odds of drawing into what we want.
You give them a card, but they have to spend 2 to put another one there. It's always the gamble with Woodland Alliance,
Right.
whether that actually helps them or hinders them.
Standard rule of thumb is removing sympathy from a martial law clearing is not terrible.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking about lizards.
That would take us down back to the 1 cost range, though, which does help Woodland Alliance.
Lizards score slowly, and I'm still at
that 1 to 2 threshold's a better place to be hovering than the last space of 1.
I'm not a threat. Like, you can still worry about me, but we have WA in the game. All it takes is them to spread a sympathy into my clearing, and you guys making sure the outcast doesn't go there, and then I'm done. So
Clearing 6 is safe for you.
Okay.
Clearing 6 won't go away unless the base goes away. Which I guess you could do at any time. But
it's the
You've chosen
gambit with
not.
lizards in WA. We can make each other's lives a living hell.
I'm just
Look
saying
at us. We're both at 4 points right now.
I'm just
No,
saying they
I
can't
don't
revolt
think we
at
need to do
6
that.
unless you
True.
get rid of the base.
True. If
Yeah.
lizards become a really serious problem, we can just send the Woodland Alliance after them.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I need to get points where I can take them. So I don't like the idea of listening to people. I am going to battle here.
Are you battling 10 or 11?
10.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
I think you should battle 11.
I also think I'm going to battle 11 because I think that clearing this out helps moles more than it helps me.
I mean,
okay, Woodland
okay.
Alliance. I am suppressing
Yeah.
your rights. Would you like to play an ambush?
No, I will not.
Dice roll, it doesn't matter. And I gain a point.
All right. And do you have sympathy to give me? Or
I do.
outrage?
May
Thank
have
you.
this. That was 4 actions. I will discard this. And so I draw 2
only
cards
bird
and I
cards in
can.
the discard pile right now.
Yeah.
It's
That's
only
great.
bird cards.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay. Fascinating.
Yeah, so lizards cats are moving into a better
Can you toss anybody down into
position of control.
stop the cats from building so much? 'Cause I feel like, I understand the cats have a linear scoring, but they are.
To what they're talking about, the part of the problem is that cats just ran out of building slots. And they can do some things to get some. Yep, okay. Insolent Noisemaker's bringing it up.
Pretty quickly.
Well, they've got 4,
Yeah.
which has 2, which they can fill up next turn without any issue. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to bring up. 4 is the prime candidate for cats to build in, which puts an interesting pressure on moles on Sandbox, because that's obviously where moles want to build. Moles are not in a great...
And they have a sword in their hand.
Moles aren't in a great position to build because they don't have formal or anything, but they have the cards in hand that they could do it, and the rule in the clearing.
Yeah, it's to protect, but if you're gonna go with some buildings, I have a feeling you're gonna get some markets down in 4, if anything.
Yeah.
It's
Moles
really your
could
only
go-
option right now for a
could
double
go
slot
economic
there.
real fast.
Noisemaker, before I start doing things, are you done with your turn? I don't want to step on your toes.
Anyway, to finish that thought, I think a lot of Cat's position depends on what moles do.
Desires
in 4.
Probably the main thing is not Bunny, because they have those crafts in the event that they drew 2 Bunny cards, because they got rid of cards that we knew they had.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Yeah, Bunny is unideal. And I also forgot, because I had stepped away for a sec, to ask cats to use saboteurs on Master Engravers.
Yeah.
But that's
Next turn.
it's a lot of points for them.
Yeah, I know. I'm very low on options that are not Bunny.
I mean, do you need to spread this turn?
Well,
No, I'm serious.
Point system this turn.
I'm serious.
I don't.
You can,
Yeah.
Can't you like you can still score this turn if you train and organize, and that's more efficient for
Right.
Like I wasn't saying that to be like, haha, let's have the Woodland Alliance scores no points this turn.
Oh no, yeah, no. I would love to train. But I'm very low on anything that wouldn't turn the Outcast suit to Bunny. Here's my issue. So,
I mean, there can't be a world where you don't spread sympathy as Woodland Alliance, right? I know Sandbox is saying it wasn't meant to be like a haha suggestion, but it feels like it kind of is, right?
Enough to win me this game, but
no, yeah.
It's not like Woodland Alliance are in a position where like spreading sympathy is going to enable somebody else's victory. This isn't like one of those end game positions where filling it up with cardboard is going to enable a victory. Because every now and then that's a legitimate thing. Is sometimes Woodland Alliance has to recognize they're not winning this turn. Spreading is just going to end the game, so they have to not spread. But I don't think this is. I'm not sure I see the angle Sandbox is trying to persuade from.
I'll lean towards mouse, and I'll let you do what you're doing. Okay. So we'll.
Right, because if we tie it, then we're good.
I mean, Sandbox is doing a killer job of.
And they want us to keep it mouse.
Sandbox is doing a killer job of uniting the table against lizards. Is that what's happening here? I'm honestly a little lost on what the supposed threat that we're uniting against is.
Isn't that my bird?
No, that bird was.
Sorry, I forgot to put the bird over there. Here it is.
Yep.
There it is. Anyway, I had it.
Like, I might be misrepresenting Sandbox there. I'm honestly a little lost what Sandbox has managed to use to unite Woodland Alliance moles and cats. Yeah. They just seem to be cooperating.
Woodland Alliance getting tea.
They seem to be cooperating, and I don't know why.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It makes us feel better about keeping, because you also you spent a bag as well. So how many bags are in the?
There's only one more bag to actually even craft. So.
All right, Woodland Alliance just crafted tea.
I scored 2 points, craft a bag, which isn't happening. I do not have a bag.
I see one bag in the discard. One bag in Lost Souls. Is there only one other bag?
There's 4 bags in the deck.
I'm going into evening. I'm going to
Finishing that thought, crafting the tea obviously hurts lizards because lizards are positioning for a strong crafting game and mouse is their current crafting suit. Don't know that they had a tea in hand. I can't remember what they revealed last turn. I don't remember them revealing a tea.
It's not. I mean, I have a mouse base. It's not meant as an aggressive action, and I'm drawing 2 cards, and that's my.
No, I get it.
Where?
You're
mind.
securing your foothold so you can spread from it.
I got to go somewhere. And
Where
there you
are
go.
you planning on going?
Well, I think probably down towards 9 if I can get there, but we'll see.
Okay, it's me.
Well, I'm not a fan of that, but
No,
okay.
no, I know, but I mean I can go to 4 eventually if I get the right cards.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I recruited 1 in Birdsong, but haven't done any daylight actions. I'm not trying to cut you off or anything.
Nope, I'm good.
So where do I have dudes right now?
I don't think we've seen Corvid planners. Did I miss it? Colonel, I will say, it doesn't sound like its rudimentary is buying into Sandbox's table talk.
Like easy for us.
They're just also not piping up against it, which I think also makes sense because its rudimentary accidentally, or maybe not accidentally, but they position themselves in an adversarial position with cats, perhaps more so than they intended. And I think we can probably say it backfired on them a little bit. So it makes sense to stay a little quieter and let the heat die down.
I want to make sure that
But
actually makes sense.
this is also sort of a repercussion of that, as it means that Sandbox has more air in the room, more space in the room to fill.
Atypical.
That's what I'm trying to get at. That's the metaphor I'm trying to reach.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Qatar. Poor Corvids are just not even the tricksters they're supposed to be. Stuff by Rudy typing in
Plan. It's trying to make sure that they don't like overfeed the Woodland Alliance or can avoid outrage and stuff. It's
rudimentary typing in chat. Let him scheme his mastermind plan. So there's a little bit of that counter table talk, but doing it in chat, which I've noticed some people do as a way of like sneaking some table talk in without drawing attention.
2 Fox cards.
All right, we're doing the pivot in 4. All right, this is huge for defining Katz's.
Well, this is no. So this is I rethought what I wasn't planning on necessarily doing this, right? But I was thinking like, how do I discard cards and make sure that there's no like weird shenanigans or whatever? And I guess it doesn't matter because now it's tied. But I figured I can continue with my plan anyway. So I built 2 markets.
Also true lean potato. That's true.
Those are my daylight actions, and now.
But all right, this is huge for Cats because those were Cats' building slots. You know, that's where Cats needed to be to continue scoring points. And the question now is, how determined are they to get those slots back?
Here's what they're called.
Chat cares. So I'm gonna score 2 for Baron.
I wasn't planning on getting these points. I just slipped and fell on them. Hey, that's mole life, right? You're just digging your tunnel, living your life, and you stumble upon the riches of the earth. You didn't intend for that to happen. Did we pay a card to get there? Because we have to go through 10, which means we trigger outrage, right?
And then that's Parliament.
We had 5 cards in hand?
Yeah, so that's okay. I only made everybody
And that's a
watching
whole lot of
upset.
moles.
Presida is Moobot. Can I do the command?
This makes sense.
What's my command? If you go to Make Craft Game, you can find info.
Do it anyway.
Nope, that didn't work.
1 mole.
people do not know who they're facing until the game. I will call out that. So like that's intentionally secret information. We just paid the outrage. I'll call out. We'll be filling in a bracket as the tournament goes,
No, I'm just
but
trying to.
we're in the first round of the tournament right now. So like things are a little.
I also,
Innocently.
so
It's
you
okay to be a little lost right now because we're just going through people's first games.
try to like
You know, nobody's played yet.
the rest of the
After this, the structure will start to reveal itself a little more as people move into the winner's bracket and loser's bracket for round 2.
in which case it's going to cycle at some point and Lizards can get it, or you can keep it in your supporters. So that was Brig. Yeah, I don't need to do nothing else. I'm fine. So I'll reveal 2 more cards to sway. Let's take a look. I'll get a squire. In this case, I'll get the formal.
All right, so the squire we chose is formal. Which squire you pick is always interesting when you're doing the small to swole plan like this, because there's legitimate arguments for any of the 3, really. Correct, President. That is all the round 1, everyone's first games, and then we'll release a similar calendar for round 2 and so on.
Do that one.
So we all agree that we have a huge moles problem right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make note of that for everyone. Just wanted to verbalize it.
That's fair.
Lizars, no, we don't have banker. We didn't bank any cards. We used them to sway formal.
This is a
Yeah, 2 turns late on this huge mole problem, but we got there. We got there.
what are we looking like here for the outcast. I guess nothing. No one card I discard will
Make an effect.
the outcast. So I'll discard the best card in the game. I scored the 3 points that turn.
Some dry humor there for you.
No way. No way.
Ooh. No, should I have scored? Did I score 2 before that on the? Okay, yeah, I did score those as well. Okay, just making sure I didn't forget anything.
Stacking the outcast might have been the reason too. I don't know.
I do think I have to do this gambit this turn.
Sorry, I forgot
so-
to take the sword from the.
Yep.
Oh, we crafted sword. That's why.
So
You crafted a sword. I missed that totally. Sorry. Cool.
I will be.
I also totally missed that. Did Sandbox even say that? Yeah, I missed that. That explains a lot, though.
And then I will spend 1 acolyte, and I will go ahead and bring 2 little lizard guys into this clearing here. Should I bring?
I think you probably want to bring more than that.
Luke, yes. I think we've only had 1 game with Lord of the Hundreds and none with the Keepers.
We haven't seen very many of them.
Well, I
we've
know
had
the bundle one's still up for grabs. I'm gonna bring.
This is secretly the Root Underworld tournament.
You have 4 of them there now.
I have 4 here.
I choose not to ambush.
Okay. Beautiful. 2-2, baby. That-
1-0. Big sad.
Sorry, a 1-0. I said 1-2.
Okay.
It's a 1-0.
If the goal was to kill the tunnel, we probably wanted to do that across 2 crusades.
Yeah, I had 5.
You know?
So I converted him and I.
Yep.
We probably wanted to send in a couple for the initial battle, see if that was good enough, and then leave 1 behind as a safety second crusade.
I mean,
Because we don't want to go down to 3 warriors and 6.
see if I have the action for it.
It's not hurting anyone right there.
I'm,
I don't think. Yeah.
I'm more preoccupied with this clearing over here. I don't know what I can do about. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to break it immediately, but
The problem is for swaying. What do they have right now? They have fox, mouse, fox.
yeah.
That's their only bunny piece to sway. So if they're fully online. We just need to take something out here.
Right, I feel like swaying is not our biggest. I mean, it's it's a problem, but it's not our biggest problem.
Everything's a problem with moles.
Everything's a
always.
problem.
I think that's basically going to be it that I do for conspiracies. I'm just looking at my other options in mouse.
If we,
Oof. There's a real chance that tunnel survives
I'm thinking
until Mole's turn. Because
uh,
cats are going to be so, they have so few actions. They have other things to do.
Yeah, the problem is he's right before my turn and he just went market mole. So that's going to be
It's gonna be hard to do.
hard to do. Not impossible.
Yeah.
We can make it, we can swing it, but going to be hard to do.
okay.
Move on to daylight. So
Yep,
I'm just going to...
he had the bunnies. He was going to do it.
Yeah, but I'm not the problem now, am I? I'm in last place.
Yeah, okay, so Lizard's finally stabilizing a little bit.
Coincraft isn't too bad.
Round 5, right?
I keep doing this. I don't think I'm
6 points of
actually
turn scoring that you're going to get.
going to do anything in Fox this turn.
I mean, we only have 2 warriors left in our supply. Until we get a second garden, these lizards are just stranded here, you know?
I will draw 2 cards.
You did not do any of your other recruits. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. It just doesn't really make sense at
That's
this
fine.
point.
Please craft loam.
Unless you
Craft loam, right? Right?
convince me otherwise.
Don't draw those cards. Craft loam.
Makes sense to save the warriors in my supply.
I feel like you've been the one leading the charge against me. So I'm not you literally
Okay,
just attacked me.
so
Oh, we districted a score. Oh, we districted a score.
Cats who I
Yeah, you're right.
I'm threatening right now. I understand I'm starting to come online, but the
That
cat
does suck. That would have been so good here.
3 points on the board.
I did not give a point to the cats. I just didn't roll enough to remove
I have
the
one
cardboard.
free point.
Yeah. Cats are gonna have to fight for build slots.
Maybe 2 if this counts.
Yeah. There's basically no stopping you unless we can destroy these buildings at this point. Like, you just scored a win. Like,
Luke, they did one dom swap earlier to take back the bunny dominance. The problem is they've not been scoring,
you're playing.
you know?
I understand that you need to be. I'm not upset that you are being antagonistic. I'm just saying that when it comes to me trying to convince you to spend your rituals, I don't expect that you will listen to anything I say because
That is not true. I'm very open to
you have-
hearing what you have to say, but I just, at this point, I see you as the threat you are. So
I think we can.
I will draw 2 cards and we'll discard.
I think we can trace a lot of Lizard's current predicament back to their reasonable gambit in 12. I don't think it was wrong to consider this an option. I think it definitely didn't work out, and I think it might have been a mistake not to reconsider it on turn 2. But I think it was a perfectly reasonable turn 1 play when we didn't know where Woodland Alliance were, you know?
I mean, the real good reason why is that there's still 2 coin crafts. Like there's like think about all of these points. They are going to be the most consistent crafters the rest of the game because they have so many buildings.
Because they have a lot of gardens. That's true.
And like I understand I have 2 buildings, which means I can craft.
You have 2 buildings.
There's 2
and
items left that I can
crafting-
craft. That's 3 points. Whereas
Yeah.
the other buildings, if you think about the remaining,
Right,
are
there's
this is 2
nothing I'm
points for them.
especially
And I-
scared
are
of
each-
most crafting.
Can I talk to you just counter? Like, yes.
Yeah, of course.
At this point, it does make sense too. If you keep me as a threat on the table, he has to worry about me. And you don't have to worry about me because I think he's in a better position than you are. So it might force him into a spot where he has to police me instead of going for his win. So if you leave that out, it kind of forces his hand a little bit more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That being said, like, it is good to have this, but like if you ever need, like, my crafting is so dependent on what my outcast is, and moles also get to choose that. So
Yeah, see,
I don't think it's
I've had
necessary.
I've had games where lizards like no problem score like 12 on the. I know that it's a Woodland Alliance thing, but like there is a. I'm not trying to throw. I'm not trying to like hit you with a stray here. I'm just saying that's a Woodland Alliance like in general.
Typically, yeah. This isn't
Right, like-
feeling like the game where that's going to
I
happen. But
understand.
I'm just saying in general. But like, so if he gets online and has a double fox, a double mouse, and a double rabbit, and a coin craft, that's 2, 4, 6, 10 points, plus a couple acolytes to hit stray sympathy or something.
And right
they
now
could
I'm
easily-
lying at 6 points. Like, I think we have a couple more turns before I'm even within hitting range on like an insane Lizard's turn.
I know. I'm just
So-
saying that if the point I'm trying to make is that having Master Engravers is what's enabling that. And if you're going to Sabo Master Engravers, you might as well do it as soon as you can to make it so they don't get any more bonus points from.
I don't think
the
that's
crafts that they do.
necessarily true because I'm not the
do you
threat
mean?
at the
That's-
table right now.
That's definitely
And-
true. Like if you Sabo
No,
a
I
leader
think
and
there's
you score
worlds
points,
where in games having someone else with more points at the table to distract the leading players into attacking them is beneficial for another player. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I am more in the game, it forces you to
No, I
battle me,
understand what you're saying.
which
Um,
impedes you, which benefits cats.
the counterpoint is that if they get right, we know they have 2 bunny cards in hand.
right.
So this is going to have 6 warriors in it next turn. This might have, 6 warriors because the outcast is probably going to stay that suit. So
Yeah.
they'll have at least 5, 6 if they use their card. They have 8 here. So I don't know.
Beckett.
Be able to do about
I
them
think I will
if they
use
get on-
it. I think it's
Okay.
better to use it now.
I think the moment you pick moles, you assume a villainous role.
No, don't worry.
Not that the players inherently are villains.
Just like I have to decide if I'm going to saboteurs first.
Yeah.
Right. A bunch of wood mysteriously appears on the table.
Crazy. Unheard of.
I don't know why it keeps happening to me.
No, we're villains. Bugless.
Okay. So I am.
I just don't want this to turn into any sort of bashing of Sandbox here.
And so
Clearing 2.
Well, clearing
I
2 you
mean,
can't
I'm
move
so
into.
far away from being able to rule it. Because I can't move these guys there.
You can. It's 2 marches, but you could go like 12 to 3 to
Yeah.
7.
No,
to
I
2.
understand the logic.
You also
I'm-
save 6. For
Okay, we do really need to see moles beat up in 4 though, right? We all agree that as chat viewers,
I'm just
people watching the game. We all think that 4 needs some walloping, right?
That's not ominous. Okay. Honestly, I don't care if you take that building if you leave the warriors, so that I can move.
Yeah.
Still no badgers. Still no badgers.
If
I mean, I
I
care a
get a crack at Fox, I'm just gonna convert. If it goes to Bunny, I'm forced to go in and battle
Furry.
you until.
But yeah,
he's gonna convert. He said he is going to take your warriors. Is what he just said.
No, I'm going to. Sorry, I should use the right words. I'm going to sanctify if it goes into Fox, this building, because that's what benefits the table the most.
I'm
'cause it
going
leaves
to
those
ask you to
warriors.
sanctify rather than convert. I don't think it's worth spending 3 actions to build once there. I'm wondering if
Aren't you gonna need to move those warriors into that clearing soon anyway?
Your
I mean,
other
pretty
option.
much. My other
is to
option
start
is
working
go
on
ag
here.
hog wild on this clearing.
Right.
Just
Like
tough.
ideally, Woodland Alliance would come and take care of
That's-
this.
That's just a forever,
Ideally.
like I don't think that either like
So I think something interesting that Insolent could have negotiated with its rudimentary is maybe instead of its rudimentary sending 4 warriors into 2 and blocking it up from cats being able to build there. Maybe Insolent Noisemaker could have agreed, hey, I'll police moles, I'll give you 12, but stop blocking me in 2.
Future turns.
You know?
This is gonna be
That's something collaborative they could have agreed on.
again, you're not building, you're leaving so much wood on the board.
I'm leaving wood on the board, but
Oh, longest? We had like a We had a 4 or 5 hour game last year, right? We're not there yet this year.
This also gives him the future
But
of
I
two
don't
builds.
think
We had 3 to 4 hour this year.
so vulnerable that Lizards and Woodland Alliance are going to take it from me. I need building slots. Like, I can't...
Was it 4.5?
I can't
Okay.
spend my whole turn just to build once here and let you get away with your shenanigans.
You can also build in 10. You need 4 warriors and 1, and that's all you need. 4 warriors and 1, and then 1 warrior and 10 as well.
How does he build in 10 without...
Sandbox is trying to talk cats
And
You
give
go
Woodland
through
Alliance.
into camping on 1 to build into 10.
Single march to move some guys from 10 into 1.
I mean, it's possible.
11 to 1.
It's possible.
But he's
It would police Woodland Alliance, which is good.
have to leave 11.
Like, you should never not police Woodland Alliance. But
I'm going to start.
yeah, I mean, we gotta go kill those moles.
Beautiful.
Crafting a crossbow. Cool. Getting a point.
Because
Just saying,
I don't
like,
think this factors into my decision making all that much. I don't need a mouse card.
Yeah.
No, you're going to craft that regardless.
Yeah, so sorry, the point of what I'm saying, I'm just trying to, right, because like obviously I lose warriors if you battle
Right.
for, but you probably also lose a lot of warriors too.
Yeah.
And you only have 1 card in hand, so you're not going to save that many with Field Hospital.
I mean,
So I'm just-
I'd rather
I'm just
be on the attacking side than the defending side.
Looking like Mouse Outcast again.
But what am I going to do if I leave this clearing?
We'll see.
Right, I'm not going to be attacking you. Right, it's not like attack or get attack. It's attack and don't really score points and lose a lot of warriors, or build.
Yeah, lean potato, 100%. Like,
Attack
Sandbox is leaning into an existing game state. Like this wasn't all manufactured by Sandbox. This is so much the result of Lizards
I think
fighting for 12
now because
and Woodland Alliance spreading 1-11-9 on turn 1. Neither of which bad in isolation, you know? And 1-11-9 did some good policing of moles, and there's a world where going to 12 could have pushed cats into moles, but together it meant that moles were left alone because they were protected by the sympathy,
You know,
and cats
seen that I've only drawn fox cards.
just got, you know, frustrated with Lizards and Woodland Alliance.
But you know what? I'm keeping the fox cards turn to turn. Right? You saw that I discarded 1 fox card for the outcast last turn, but I gave a mouse supporter. I only have fox cards right now. So again,
I don't think you're gonna
I think
let
Lizards is encouraging you to attack me because it helps him more.
because
than
it
you.
prolongs the game,
think
which
you're
all 3 of us
discouraging me
need because
from
you are
attacking
going
you
to
because
race
it
to
helps
the
you.
win.
Yeah.
I'm going to march.
All right, we're getting there. We're getting there.
That's
Just take the recruiter with you.
March. I mean, I would
That would
happily
be best
take
case
that
scenario.
recruiter from there, but not going to happen. March 1.
Nah, back at honestly, sometimes you just have to start taking your moves because some people will talk forever. Like they
2 of the March.
I can't. I'm not one of those people. I can't even imagine being able to do that. But so I've seen it happen plenty of times where some people are just talkers and they will keep talking until the moment that the knife is at their throat. So sometimes that's just what you have to do. Is you have to just start walking toward them with the knife.
Avoid the moles going and battling for each
Yeah,
point.
that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
I think it's worth putting up the token resistance, both against you and
Yeah,
and
or just turn them down a little bit or something.
then
I hope we have a bird card or something because this.
I will.
I mean, we don't crack this mole base without a bird card. But we needed that march to get enough warriors in there.
Unfortunately, I think it's worth it leaving martial law there. So I'm limited.
Are you sure?
I think it is, yes. And with the second move of my march,
Which one was the Sermon on the Mountain?
of these
Which game was that?
A third action, moles, I'm battling you. Do you want to play an ambush?
Yeah, there's no way you ambush here.
This is brutal.
Oh, game one. Game one. Okay, I understand what you're saying now.
No, I'm not gonna ambush. You can roll.
Okay. Roll the dice.
Come on, 3-0. 2-0.
2-0, not bad.
Coin's ambush was a good experience.
I'm going to pitch a bird card. And
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Not gonna ambush. No.
3-0.
God.
The dice gods say you did well this turn, Insolent Noisemaker.
Okay.
The dice gods agree you need to police moles.
Taken fully care of, but that did do a lot to weaken them up.
Still doesn't crack it, though. Still does not crack it. But moles do not have a strong burrow of warriors right now. This did make a dent.
I'm sad about the amount of wood on the board, but it is what it is. I draw 2 cards and end my turn.
I really wish we could have done one more battle. It would have been so good.
Okay.
I don't know how.
It does give him a chance to retreat the mole stack. It's true.
I mean, he doesn't have any.
It depends on what the
so he
outcast
can only
is.
reinforce it a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
See, Lizars is just saying it depends on what the outcast is. Lizards are gonna take care of it anyway. I don't
If
know.
it's else, what reason do I have to not like convert this, and then just go in battle?
Or convert the mole, right? The mole is what you were pointing at?
Yeah, the mole. Yeah,
He said both.
I said
Oh,
both.
okay, gotcha.
The one problem with converting an 11 to Crusade into 4 is we have to convert enough to rule 11, you know?
There's-
Which means we have to convert 2 cats and the mole?
You don't need to.
No, that's not even enough. It has to be all 3 cats.
So I am going to start by breading.
12 is adjacent to the keep. Versus 12 is this Fox Central clearing, and it has a path right here to the keep.
Everywhere has martial law.
But it's not mouse.
It'll require 3 bunnies.
It's a lot of bunnies.
Yeah, everyone's like, I don't have bunnies.
Because remember,
That's all I got.
Crusade is from the Outcast clearing, not to the Outcast clearing. 12 is Fox. So we can't Crusade from 12 until it's a Fox Outcast.
All right. So I am going to train using the other bird ambush.
You know, we haven't talked about Woodland Alliance in a while. They're trucking along. They're doing okay.
This is a craft of love. A craft propaganda bureau.
There it is. There's the spice we needed to take this dish over the top.
Well, I'm trying to use it to help. So we'll see if I accomplish helping.
Drop here
Fox where?
into clearing 4.
Yeah, 100% held that in starting hand and lied about it.
I was thinking about
Way to go, GFletch. Terrific lying. Terrific foresight. Love that.
I could see an argument for. He's going to want to reinforce here because I don't think this is going away. Like these buildings aren't going to go away before his next turn.
Yeah, he's
So
kind of
going
obliged
to reinforce
there.
here. So anything, but like maximum, he recruits
Like
3.
this warrior and the
Come
one he
in.
recruits, right?
Yeah. So
right.
A couple he recruits.
it's up to you. I think either is a valid enough.
I think I'm gonna go with 12 just because I don't necessarily see the one warrior being too much of a difference at this point.
No, I 100% support
I'm gonna
limiting Mole's ability to sway here. Like you have to assault moles from all sides right now, and that includes limiting their ability to sway
For the Woodland Alliance.
and diminishing their warrior count and stuff. You know,
I'm going to
I do love that this came out before the bet. Perfect timing. Also, please remind me at the start of its Rudimentary's turn if I forget to trigger it. I have it queued up. I just need to press the go button.
this, which is 2 points. And then I'm going to and organize into 2 points. And then I will draw 2 cards.
Ah, great. 2 time bombs on my gardens.
I promise. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. We're buddies.
It was a friendly. I was getting rid of the moles in your gardens. That's all I was doing.
Mm. I mean, I don't like it. Woodland Alliance are out of their box.
That discarded loam looks so good right about now. I mean, talk about a rock and a hard place for rudimentary there. That was a killer craft for you, but you're already losing on points and tempo. Like, is it so good as to offset not scoring again? I honestly don't know in that case. I honestly don't know. If you had just a little more points, 100%, I'd have gone for it. But when you were at 4 points and that score got you to 6, whew.
Dang, this is. We should play easier games.
I guess there's the argument that loam is theoretically 2 points just off the bat because lizards already have 2 crafted items. And if you just make sure both of them are cardboard battles, then you get your return on investment. There's a pretty good argument there.
And then daylight actions.
And then if you manage to craft more items, it becomes an even bigger return on investment. Yeah, I buy that. You talked me into it.
Prop bureauing too. That's just.
So yeah, as moles here, we have to decide, do we protect the buildings or give them up? We have 2 points just from them existing. We have Baron of Dirt. We probably craft something this turn. We already crafted the sword. We had a False Orders still in hand. Maybe we have another sword if we're lucky. We discarded Informants.
Okay, I'm going to say something, and it's going to sound really weird, but Sandbox.
Yeah.
If you don't reinforce this clearing, and in fact,
I wasn't planning on it. I don't have a
Okay.
way, but the fact that I also got prop bureaued and I also like can't
Yeah.
move anywhere else is making this turn kind of too difficult. If that makes
well, you can
sense.
move. You can move into here from the burrow. And
No,
then move
because
out.
there's a sympathy here.
Oh,
so
sure.
I lose a card.
You're right. So digging might be more efficient, but I get it. It's complicated. But all I was going to say is that I need slots to build in. These are the obvious ones to go for. If you make that easy for me, I would happily take this out.
But you can't.
Which I know is not
right,
just to help
if
suppress the line.
I still had my mole there this turn, and I knew that I could like have somewhere on the board.
Yeah.
Again, because I only have Fox cards, so if I knew that I at least had like a foothold somewhere in Fox.
Hmm.
All right, it sounds like the table talk.
So
Right. I wish I could
I
clear these
by too much.
spots out without also eliminating your board presence, but it is what it is.
Oh, well. Okay, so that they're talking about exactly what we're talking about. Maybe Insolent Noisemaker should be saying, hey, pull your warriors out because I'm coming through you either way. No tunnel in 4, Francis. No tunnel in 4. Only tunnel in 10 at the moment.
So I'm down 2 against you in this clearing, right?
5 to 7, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have a spare card to dig.
Yeah, rare chance of double price of failure.
Confused what you mean by a spare card. Like, what do you need all 5 cards for?
Am I allowed to want to keep my cards? Right? If I figure if you're
sure,
going,
but
if you're going to get rid of these buildings,
Yeah.
then I want
Sure.
to. Yeah.
Right. Yes, of course.
So that's what I need to think about.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I've said my piece about like I need slots, and I would happily use an action to take this out, but I also need to get some slots to score.
Okay. Digging back into what we were talking about. Normally, I'd be all for abandoning clearing 4 as moles and just letting those buildings die.
Lizards, if you want to help with this.
That also is good because it
One who would
increases your odds of doing only a single price of failure. Because, you know, only a 0-0 roll would end up being double price of failure in that case.
The dragon god giveth and the dragon god taketh away.
I think the reason that there's an argument is because cats have put basically their entire army into taking 4. And there's maybe a world where you fight back and you end up keeping 4 for the rest of the game if you do so as moles. You know?
Currently, they only have one.
It's a gamble, but maybe a really profitable one.
There's no chance of him revolting.
I
But-
cannot
I mean,
revolt.
like, it would be great to take out at least a couple sympathy just to force him into the middle slot.
No,
of
yeah, this needs to kind of be dealt with.
So okay,
But
so
also,
Lizards,
yes.
Lizards, what is your? I'm sorry, I'm thinking so long. That
No.
last
Oh,
turn
no. You
got me
take your
more
time.
than I
You're in
was
the tough spot.
expecting between the prop bureau and losing 5 there.
1 in the burrow. Guicabay. 1.
I was planning for
Just our birdsong recruit.
nearly to that
no,
extent.
you got
You would-
Yeah.
You would-
That's why this is so hard.
all the time you need.
So Lizards, what
Exactly. Where do they even rebuild? So maybe
I retreat.
Maybe they fight for 4.
Cats have 2 building slots and all of the wood to put down the last 2 sawmills, so they get 4.
I mean, that's the thing, Carnal. Moles are a huge problem. And I mentioned this in the tournament channel earlier today. They're a huge problem,
Yes,
You're asking
but they're like a fragile,
what
huge problem.
they plan to do.
When they win,
No,
you know, it's usually like a big burst out of nowhere, but it's usually by a very slim margin. And likewise, like so often their game is hanging on a thread on the right turns. If you get them off that thread,
Be upfront with
they maybe are just out of the game.
now.
Moles are really interesting that way.
Like I'm at 6 points, so basically, what could you make the outcast be?
again, I only have fox cards.
So could you make it Fox this turn? Probably not even.
I would need to discard 4.
Yeah, and I don't think that's happening.
You know, it's interesting, Red Space Ninja, because this game felt like it was one where moles were being allowed to run away with it.
And it's going to be hated.
And that, you know, that changed on a sort of a dime here.
Anything in this clearing because it's to keep, right?
I will say some of our moles games up to this point have been,
Here.
you might say, non-standard. I mean, they didn't conform to the traditional small to swole game plan that is that draws such ire for moles. So I think it's maybe premature to say that moles are
If the outcast is Fox, certainly.
it's premature to say that the meta has shifted strongly against moles. I think we need to see more games like this before we can judge that.
Even if you take
The fragility is just a markets over citadels consequence. That's somewhat true, But the markets is also the strength allowing moles to control the outcast, which, is big. And of course, markets allow you to score more and more quickly as moles.
Full.
So that's a different form of strength.
Full. He's still within driving range, eh?
I think we could maybe say that
That's a good question.
a lot of the fragility we're seeing now is due to the early policing we did see done against moles that caused them to have fewer daylight actions on recruit. Because they had to spend a lot of their daylight actions moving or digging over the course of this game. Not all of them, but a significant number.
Just because
And we're seeing that here.
what the cats have. And I don't think I can do
that I
anything.
can't do. If I got prop bureaued somewhere else, that would be different because then I just have another fox clearing that I can reliably have later. But unfortunately, no. Okay.
Well,
so
then
I'm
I
just gonna
don't
say
see
that
how what I say is going to really affect anything.
sometimes you can't get what you want. So I'm gonna recruit 2.
Oh, this feels like fighting. Move, battle. Pay 1 card in outrage.
No, I'll recruit 1, and then I will
Battle the sympathy.
battle the sympathy there.
I like that too.
Would
Pays outrage, but gets us a point in the process.
I will not ambush.
So
I also would have liked digging there.
score a point. So that was my 2 normal daylight actions.
Do you have a outrage for me?
I assume he has a fox
Oh,
card.
yes. I can
It'd be
give
quite a
you-
bluff if we didn't.
That would be,
Actually, I have no fox card. Thank you.
The other important.
All right, thank you.
I think I do need to try to defend it. So,
All right, sounds like we're defending. Sandbox just acknowledged it.
1, 2.
Oh, now come now.
This is pretty cool. I'm excited.
Sorry, that's brig. Oh, I'm flipping my moles.
Yeah, but it looks awesome.
I think I need to do it. Unfortunately, I will mayor the. Okay, first I will Baron of Dirt to score 2 points,
Yeah, I mean, you can't get cold feet now. You committed, right?
and then I will mayor the Brigadier to battle the cats in clearing 4. Would you like to ambush?
I would not like to ambush.
Watch me roll like all double zeros. Yeah.
2-1. Statistically normal.
I will field hospitals.
Yep. And then the second battle will also be against the cats there.
I also don't ambush.
3-0. Oof.
Clearing is
Okay.
brutal.
Do cats have another fox?
It's sad, but I will field hospitals again.
Okay, we have a bird.
Planners.
We have a bird.
Okay, then.
Okay, and then that was Mayor and Brig. I don't
What a...
normal
Oh, and Corvid Planner's hitting the trash. Good call.
sways. I will reveal. I think the same 3
All right, we're picking up Banker.
from these clearings.
We couldn't manage another Lord, so we're picking up Banker.
The
What an exciting position to be going into for the gamble.
banker for 2 points.
Kind of better to use that for recruit action since 2 recruiters are adjacent to mole buildings.
I will
Um,
all sorters.
Yeah.
Well, I can.
Crafting false orders. I see your point, ETO. I guess the argument would be whether you're planning on sending a force back in from 11 and 9, or whether you're planning on sending the force from 3 back in.
It hit my hand and then fell off. Very weird.
I think you might be right, though, ETO. It's just so hard to pass up
bunny card.
a 3 warrior false order or field hospital.
I'm not gonna vie for it. Like, it doesn't matter that much to me.
I don't have.
Okay, then
bunny
if you
card
don't have
I
it, then
can
you don't
discard.
have it.
So
It doesn't matter. It's gonna say mouse no matter, because you're only discarding one, eh? Yeah.
so I'll discard that. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
And the gamble's live.
No worries.
No worries.
And the gamble is live.
Great. Now we have a mole problem and a Woodland Alliance problem.
Well,
It's funny how the turn ended and the moles are still looking fine over there in clearing 4.
yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
but I'm not going to. I have no board. These are my only warriors on the board. I have nothing in the burrow. So I wasn't able to retreat that last turn in a way that also like didn't give too much land to the cats to score 9 points this turn. And they probably still will score 9 points this turn, but I guess they have
How do you see me clearing out and still building twice next turn?
well that's the point. That's why I had to battle you. I didn't want to battle you. I would have preferred to just let you have it. But you're too much of a threat if I let you have it.
Bogus, we swayed Banker. Banky boy.
Rough. I think I'm just not doing any conspiracies this turn. Not much I can do. Unless someone sees something they really want me to do, I will move along.
Crafted false orders.
One more acolyte.
The implication was that was the only thing he could craft.
I will discard.
Did he reveal a sword?
Place Uno Warrior here.
Actually, yeah. Talking about he crafted a sword at some point, Fugless. So I don't think he has another one. Talking
Draw 2 cards.
Yeah, talking about that base, actually,
That was only one, so
we were hated mouse.
oh shoot, that I did not mean to do that.
What just happened?
Refill button.
What did...
Put all the
I
discard
put
in
the entire
lock.
Well, it was empty other than what you spent. So what did
yeah,
you
so it was just Rabbit Dom, so I just have to search just for the Rabbit Dom.
Well, they fixed that. I think there actually was a solid argument to converting, sanctifying, and crusading to remove this sympathy in 5.
Bunny, and I put a guy down in Bunny, and I gave myself an acolyte, and that's it.
Okay.
Because we do need to police Woodland Alliance at some point, and we have to protect 5.
Like I said,
You know?
really hard pressed this game.
We had 4 acolytes, so that would have been 2 for the sanctify, 1 for the convert, 1 for the crusade.
I say don't worry about the lizards because they will.
Or maybe just convert battle, convert crusade, crusade, like convert crusade in place, crusade over. Something, you know? We had options I feel like we didn't engage with, is I think the point I'm trying to make.
So I really don't want to get stuck in a forever war with the moles.
There's a
So just win it.
to not get stuck in a forever war.
Win the war and you're not stuck in it.
You can rule that clearing without attacking me.
Yeah.
And we don't
See
go
what you're
through the
saying.
warriors.
Oh, and build in 10.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right. I needed to fight you there because if I didn't fight you.
Yeah,
you
I'm
had
not
enough
holding a
power
grudge.
to take the markets, but right, like my issue was not that like I wanted to fight you forever. I just needed to reinforce and thin you down so that we could move past this
You
minor
sure did.
setback in our friendly relationship.
In our diplomatic relations.
Yes,
Um,
that is all this is.
My question to Noise though is if you don't battle here,
moles just win.
what's your game plan? Like if it's coming down to a race and you don't win that race
No,
at that
no,
point.
100%.
No, he does win that race when he gets those buildings. But if he
I
gets
mean,
those buildings too soon,
building
then
singular.
too much heat goes on him. You could also
So
take out.
if I
You could take out the
rule
base.
this,
The base is only
I
defended
rule
by
this
one
without
warrior.
killing you, what do you do?
Yes. If you rule that without killing me, what do? I probably find some way to try to like. I don't know, right? Like I don't want to use my actions to battle. So I probably just stay there with whoever I have there. I don't reinforce if you're not too scary against me. And
I mean, all your
kinda just be at
hypotheticals where
peace.
this works out for me involve me killing these buildings, right?
But I mean, you could try to do that right now, but I expect that the whole table
No, I don't want to spend another turn just battling.
Yeah.
So
All right, we're gonna take this moment to check on the gamble, because they're thinking or just.
It's also only one.
I don't think they're talking about anything revelatory here. Lizards had one person wager 1k coins, 6% of the gamble. Looking like that hedge bet, I'm guessing. Marquise the cat with not a single person. Shame on y'all.
no, I'm not feeding the woodland.
So sad.
Like
Woodland Alliance with 10 people wagering 10.7k coins, 60% of the gamble. And Moles with only 4, 6.3k, 35%.
But it's.
Lots of people feeling this is a Woodland Alliance game.
Oh no, I guess no. If you have a mouse card, you could move warriors into there to trigger the outrage, and those supporters, if they're mice or birds, will just go away when you kill the base. So
I don't have
moving
any
into here,
cards.
oh yes, you're out of cards. Okay, so there's.
Oh, I'm sorry, P. Warren.
I'm just saying it's an option.
No,
I'm not
saying-
necessarily saying it's the best. But
I think
you
if we're
have,
going to kill a base, it kind of needs to be a table effort where we take out enough sympathy
it doesn't.
and then
It
go
doesn't
kill
need to
the
be.
base.
It doesn't need to be a table effort. It can you can do it on your own. I'm surprised you didn't last turn because it would have only cost you 2 acolytes. Actually,
Yeah, but I remove the base and then I just lose these 2 clearing.
yes.
So it's not worth it. I'd rather keep good relationships with Woodland Alliance.
They might revolt anyway.
I'm not.
Yeah,
As well as juicy.
good relationship with the Woodland Alliance is not lasting long. No offense, Woodland
This
Alliance.
clearing
No,
isn't doing
okay,
anything
we're
for
just-
me
we're just-
anyway. Like at this point, until it goes Fox, this clearing is useless. It's actually just eating up my warriors. So, like, I don't mind that much.
True, except then we have Woodland Alliance bases on opposite side of the map, which is
A table problem.
we're
I'm in
already
last
in code
place.
red.
Like that becomes a mole problem, not a me
No,
problem.
Well,
how does
it
that
might
a mole
become a
problem?
mole problem.
I don't
The
have
problem
any
is-
warriors to take care of it.
Yeah, the moles
but
don't need to
I
fight
also don't have
anything.
any
They've got-
avenue to take care of it, so it's not my problem at that point. Like
They've got the
really nothing
Baronadur
I can
and the
do.
Banker and 2 markets. They don't need to fight anything to be racing the table.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand they don't have a big board presence, but moles don't get their points from. I mean, they do at the beginning, but that's not where moles are getting their points now.
What fun we're having.
Banker doesn't actually do a ton for me because I can't sway and bank in the same turn if I'm actually banking effectively.
But you could, as long as you keep these markets on the table, basically banker for like 3-4 points every turn. which is better than what I'm doing right now.
It's the card's fault, though. That's not my fault.
Since
I
I've
did
gotten
want to
these
say-
up, I've
say a
scored these
catchy tagline
gardens
for a bank.
once.
I
That
wanted
is-
to say a catchy tagline for a bank, but I didn't want to have any weird copyright issues on the YouTube video. So, pick your favorite banking slogan, by the way, and append that to the end of our conversation just now. So yeah, Cats,
Okay.
you could building in 2 might be better than
Yeah, the thing is, I hate it, but I kind of have to be selfish this turn. All my wood is on the board. I can't afford to go a second turn scoring no points.
Yep.
I did my policing quota yesterday, or last turn.
I think that's yesterday in Root Lore.
The hard part is, I think if you,
Yesterday.
I know it's maybe sunk cost fallacy, but I do think if you double down on the mole policing, I do think you get your return on investment. You know,
Sorry.
I have
because you get those cardboard points, you take out the points leader, the game leader at the moment, and you open up those building slots for you, and by extension, you kind of get 10 eventually, because like you get 4, you know, for probably next turn for building, and you get 10 for the turn after that.
This will shock you, but I'm not using Hawks for Hire this turn.
With your 0 cards.
I have no
Some
cards.
say that no hand counts as a bird card.
That's a fun variant.
I don't think Guerric would say that though. So
We just don't have to ask Guerric. We can just have a table.
I mean,
rule about it.
bird cards are all suits. Having no cards.
I feel like that
behind
gets us
cards,
into
no
an
suits.
infinite loop, though,
No
doesn't
suits,
it?
all
Where it's
suits,
just like,
same
all right,
thing.
You actually get infinite turn actions this turn.
just keep doing the bird cards.
Yeah, I agree, ETO. Clearing 7 is a giant red flag for you as Cats. Yeah, I don't blame Insolent Noisemaker for doing this. I do think going after the moles, as bad as it feels, would have been better. But I totally get that feeling of I already invested and got nothing. Why keep investing?
to battle the Sympathy in 12.
Yeah, that
In-
needs to
You have 1
happen.
action left. I think there's just too
Right.
much of a
So I have 3 options: tunnel
Okay.
here, sympathy here, tunnel here.
The tunnel there is
Um,
not stopping you from ruling 10. So
Yeah.
The thing about a revolt in 12,
I don't see like.
it's almost good for Cats
Don't get me wrong.
because it wipes the clearing out.
This really helps stop you.
And I don't know, which would you rather burn through? A base with 1 to 2 warriors or a garden with 8 warriors?
I don't hate you. I just think you're gonna win.
Yeah, I think the moles left
for-
alone at this point is
4 points for.
Picking it up now, Katari.
and-
Just got the points.
Yeah, I'm battling sympathy here.
all right.
Do you have an ambush?
I will not use one.
Kind of
Okay.
wish you did. That would be great.
That would be
would
pretty
be awesome.
hilarious. I have to admit, it doesn't matter.
All right, we wiped out the Sympathy in 12.
Okay. 3 actions. I do not have hawks, and so I move to evening, draw 2 cards, and end my turn.
All right. We didn't kill moles.
I'm so sorry. Did I pull a sympathy? No, I did not. I had
I
2
don't
cards.
think-
I did not.
I don't think you did.
Yeah,
you'll let us know if we did that wrong, please. It's not saying anything, so I'm assuming we're okay.
Okay, I think we're good. Pretty sure we're good.
As long as Guerric is still alive, I think we're good.
I hope Guerric's still alive. Otherwise, it's been
I think they're good, right?
This becomes
Not
real
even
morbid
because
real
of us.
fast.
Yeah.
I don't think Woodland Alliance picked up a card.
So let's see. With martial law, I'd need to spend 3 supporters. Correct? To go anywhere?
That is
I don't-
correct.
yes, where are you on the train?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
But also, I do recommend calling my name like 3 times, like actually trying to get my attention, not just
So when that's
slipping my name into a sentence.
we'll move into daylight. I am going to use Propaganda Burrow.
No spreading sympathy. No revolting.
Sympathy back here.
Just put her back. No, Cats, you're not going to love me for this one, and I.
We were in the middle of talking.
In 7.
5 sawmills on the board absolutely gives us options.
That's spicy.
Because he could battle there, hope for no
Yeah.
ambush, and then
Yeah. Do you want me to? Are you okay if I just remove that like that?
Okay, yeah, we're going after 7.
Possible if you wanted, but
I mean, that's maybe.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was about to say, cats want this. This is basically 4 points here. The thing we don't want is losing that wood, of course, but losing the sawmill. This is a 4-point slot for us right now, which is pretty sick. Takes us to 24.
Did you say no? I'm so sorry. Did you say you
Oh,
weren't going to do that?
yes, I said no.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I apologize. I didn't hear you. Nope, that's good. Okay. So I am going to craft that for 3.
So it's a problem when lizards craft coin. Not
no,
when
it's a problem.
Alliance.
Woodland Alliance are a problem too, but you can deal with him much more easily.
I don't know if that's true.
I can't deal with him from last place. Like,
Cats, I'm going to battle you in 7. We're in evening. I'm going to battle you in 7. Would you like to use an ambush?
I would not like to use an ambush.
That would have been so
Okay.
fun.
Would have been. Would have been.
All right.
All right, you destroy
Cool.
both.
All right, those die.
Points.
Yeah, does this open up a win for the cats? I'm trying to sit here and think about it. We'll have 4 wood and 3.
You're good at taking those off the board. I'm going to. So that was 1 officer.
2 currently 11, so we'll have 3 and 11
For 2 points.
and 1 and 2.
And then I will.
4 points.
My last action, do a recruit. And then I will draw 2 cards. Get to the button. There we go.
Is that a win for cats? 9 points for 2 mills depends on bird cards. Yeah, I see 9 points.
Yep.
We're at 20 though. And we're gonna have to do some marches to make those builds happen. It puts us in range though. We should look at an alliance real quick.
I get 1 in bird song. How is this?
March 11 to 1. Building 7 and 10. Okay. No, we don't have enough in 11. There's 3 rule in 1. We only have 3 warriors in 11. So we're a little shy there. P. Warren, whatever happened to blowing up the mole markets? Insolent Noisemaker spent an entire turn working on whittling down the mole defense. Was moderately successful, but ended up not cracking through and ended up with scoring no points that turn. Moles clapped back, defending it. Insolent Noisemaker's next turn comes around. They decide they need to score points. They can't do another turn of cracking moles and not scoring. And they left moles alone. And that's how we ended up in the current predicament, where moles have been allowed to live.
Don't have
The highest crime against rootdom.
actually matters what I do.
I convince you to do something about the Woodland Alliance.
Who was saying that?
Noise. I don't know specifically what.
Yeah, this false orders is a very interesting wild card here, because if Sandbox recognizes cats as the threat they are, then False Orders pretty much shuts that down.
Is a problem because Woodland Alliance.
Right? We can find some move with False Orders that negates Cat's ability to move, rule, and build.
I had a mediocre opportunity to take out the base. What you have is a fully online scoring engine that isn't impacted by how you move your troops so much. So I'm feeling maybe you can do both.
The issue is that any policing I do means that I'm undefending my buildings because I only have 6 warriors on the map.
Sure.
Cats could promise not to hit you there, though.
But they're not going to follow through on that promise. They can promise whatever they want.
Not with so much wood on the table.
Kui Kapli, where you been? You've been here like most of the stream.
Can't deny it.
Lizards. It's a.
I probably need to try.
It's a sort of cascading failures thing that Lizards fell into. They had the wonderful start of 5 and 6 up here on Winter Map, which is terrific. And they kept a bunch of Fox cards and made a strong push for 12 right out of the gate, turn 1. So like their game plan was, I'm going to force cats out of 12, and I'm going to take 5 and 6. I just don't have the cards to do 5 and 6 yet, but I will push for 12. And then Woodland Alliance spread in 1, 11, and 9, and cats were like, nope, I'm not crossing that sympathy threshold. And Lizards doubled down on 12 anyway. And that meant that Lizards got into this weird forever war with cats, trying to get a Fox Outcast to Sanctify, and it never happened. They didn't commit to establishing in 5 because Woodland Alliance set up in 1, and they were afraid to do this.
A lot of really good False Orders targets.
And then they just didn't draw a bunch of mouse cards to like get a good scoring engine going there. They were using the mouse cards to craft.
It's true. I acknowledge.
So, I hope that by using it on the Woodland Alliance, I gain maybe a teeny bit of goodwill from you.
Wait, sorry. The card just disappeared for me.
I discarded it. I spent it. I'm going to use it. I'm deciding how to use it. But
We're false ordering Woodland Alliance, it sounds like.
I do.
I'm just saying,
your goodwill on not using it on me has been noted. Absolutely.
Yes, that's all I'm asking. So I'm going to false orders the mouse from clearing 1.
Okay.
I don't know if it makes more sense to go to 5 or 11. And I'm curious what the group thinks, the non-Woodland Alliance group.
To move them to 5 or
I understood. Don't worry. I understood.
I hope you understand that you're in a position where you're up at the 2 point, you could easily have the game.
Yeah, he's at the 5-yard line. I think universally it probably makes more sense to put it here. He has a recruiter here. It kind of forces cats to skirmish with Woodland Alliance a little bit to divvy them, whereas I'm in last place and it's just going to cause a nuisance for me here.
Cats, do you agree? Do you think is it okay?
I'm thinking. My concern is that, as all have noted, there's a lot of cardboard lying around here. And I'm just a little worried they're going to get some ideas in their head about
battling, because they, assuming I am actually able to take this out, they won't have any mice supporters.
Sure.
Yeah, battling.
Okay.
So, okay. That's my argument. If you think that it makes more sense to send them here, I totally see. To send them here, I totally see the logic. To 11. I just feel like they can do more damage here. They're not going to fight anything here.
They are going to protect the sympathy, though, which then can revolt.
So, chat, here's my question to you.
That is true. That is
What do we as moles gain
Already protecting the sympathy
by false ordering Woodland Alliance here?
a little bit.
And they probably won't be able
Obviously, we said that we're doing it to gain some table cred, you know? But do we actually gain any table cred if we don't follow through and pop the base?
You sent it to 5, but I understand the logic.
You know?
I'm not offended.
Are we trying to tempt somebody else into popping the base? Who's going to do that, I wonder?
I had to put the pitch out there. I
Yes,
get it.
send it to the
that's
one
fair.
unsympathetic clearing you could. Give him an action.
So that was still in Birdsong. Now I'm in Daylight.
I mean, I guess the hope is that you're...
I'm gonna do 2 Daylight moves. I'm not gonna.
Oh, no, we're doing it.
About this and make sure that I'm counting correctly.
Hey, no, we're actually doing it ourselves.
I have,
Mhm.
but
Your plan is to
unless-
take it out and move back?
yes.
Okay.
Because
All right.
Not a bad plan.
Well, new talk, everybody.
I totally understand.
Are we just enabling Cat's victory without realizing it?
Yeah, that's too juicy. Although you do have 7 next turn to build in, so there's at least like a little bit of a silver lining for you.
He knows that no one voted Cats. I actually don't know what happens. Maybe you all just lose your money.
Okay. So I will do those 2 moves.
The house wins.
Now I proceed to do my minister actions. This is just tense because I'm pretty sure I counted out right, but there's a chance I didn't. So I'm gonna use
Counted it out right.
or 2.
We don't have a win, right? No. No?
I'm gonna banker first.
No.
That one. I know they're gonna be revealed, but this is better. So I'm gonna banker.
Agreed there, Katari. If the bait on 7 was intentional, it was a better plan than attacking moles on 4.
Totally gets rid of my bird cards.
Super galaxy brain.
Brig. Battle in clearing 1. Would you like to ambush?
No, thank you.
All right.
0.
0-3. The worst you can roll.
Worse than 0-0.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I was hoping for
We have one more shot.
key. Second brig battle. Would you like to ambush?
No, thank you.
3-3. Give me some good roll.
2-1.
All right. So that does away with one of mine and one of yours, right?
All right, we still have Mayor, but I'm pretty sure the plan was to move back afterward. But maybe we pivot and follow through?
I mean, would you do a crusade into that clearing, Lizards?
Into that clearing. Well,
I would if I were Lizards.
I'm gonna be upfront with you. I need this if I have any chance. So I'm gonna crusade into this. If I get it on my first battle, then I will crusade into here.
So that is not very reassuring.
So it would make the cats have to do it. Although the cats, I don't know, are in a pretty good spot.
What are the cats thinking? Who knows?
If I don't do this crusade, then I lose the game. Like, there's 0 chance. So I'm gonna go for the opportunity where I win.
I am not going to go after the Lizards for being selfish at the moment. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's 0.
Real talk, Lizards.
And
Should they just rabbit dom?
50-50,
can have
right?
this.
It's actually
Like, they're not winning on
more
points.
than a 50-50
right?
if I get this on my first battle. but
I promise not to
We're
ambush.
going into bunny outcast. We've had the rabbit dom under our control all game.
Oh, you're sanctifying, right?
well, no, I'm not because
You're
it'll
not-
be bunny, so I'll crusade into here. But even if you ambush, then it's I have so many warriors here, it does not make a difference.
Swarm of lizards.
that-
Honestly,
okay,
I'd
then-
probably
then-
prefer you ambush.
Arky, would you take care of one if the lizards don't? Noise?
Would I take care of what? One? Like clear it out?
Clearing one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that seems appealing to me.
Well, because if you don't, he's gonna come in here. He's probably gonna march, battle, and then build. So
That's probably fair, McWarmaker. It's probably fair. All right, new proposal. Bird dom,
Don't protect
I'm
your
gonna-
mark
2 and 4.
win.
your options are bad either way.
I do
So I
think
think
the
what you
cats-
need to do is move back here and count on me being able to get rid of it.
Well,
It's not a good plan,
cats have
chat. It's not a good plan.
their turn through building, right?
But I don't think we win by points. So I feel like some sort of YOLO downplay is all we have left.
I mean,
And
I
just
don't.
cardboard for them to eat up. Like
Yeah,
so
and
you
cardboard for
build
them
them
to eat up.
slots.
Like you have to defend 4, otherwise.
I actually think there's almost nothing you can do. I think this is just a cats game.
think the cats might have won this game.
Hey, they noticed. Cats win. Oh shoot, versus Lizards do need to get to 10 before Dom. I forgot they weren't there yet. Oh no, poor Lizards. Poor Rudimentary.
It might not be a cats game, but it would be pretty darn close. It'll open up this slot, which allows him to build there, and he can build here, and he can take this cardboard or this cardboard or.
I just forgot they weren't there yet.
It's just because of actions. Right? Like he's got
Right.
all
If I
he's got
had
everything
unlimited
he needs.
actions, it would be a Cats game.
What could happen is what you need to do is you need to move to here for your last 2 actions. Count on me being able to crusade into here. I can build here, and then he won't be able to get to. He'd have to go against you here to get a second build slot to take the game.
We're going to 7.
Well, if he gets 1, then he has a building slot in 10 as well.
No, but he can't connect his wood if I build here.
He can connect.
All right, so they're figuring out how to stop cats.
Yeah, so at
New discussion point. If cats don't win anymore, who does? Woodland Alliance? Feels like Woodland Alliance.
That feels super risky.
Probably depends on how many
I think
points moles
because otherwise he's got
grab this turn.
He just does a march from 3 into 7, a march into 4, double build, battle your,
At this point, Lizard should
battle
just
your
have
tunnel,
cats.
assuming he's got a bird card, and boom, there's the 10 points.
If I said I didn't have a bird card, would that? No. Okay.
Oh, Insolent says they don't have a bird card. Our plan depended upon a bird card, didn't it? A single bird card? Because we needed an extra action.
It was just too tough with like leaving the Woodland Alliance.
If he isn't lying. If he isn't lying. Could always be lying.
Dang, I'm kicking myself a little bit for this.
No, okay, hold on. The game's not over yet.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
Okay, so those are my actions. I reveal 2 to sway.
What are we revealing? False orders, Fox Dom,
Sway to Marshall for a point.
getting Mr. Marshall. Marshall the Marshal. Takes us to 22.
These return to my hand.
22 is a little low
False orders,
to lose our buildings.
and then I draw 3 cards.
You know, it's not beyond the realm of possibility, but
okay.
it's a whole lot easier to win from like 25 than from 22 after you lose your markets.
There you go. And discard this. Now I need to actually think about what I'm doing.
Outcast is non-hated rabbit. We have 4 acolytes. So we have either 1 sanctify or 2 converts crusades in some combination.
Can I?
Yeah.
So at least in the short term, if you take out 12, that would be 2 points this turn. If you get the cardboard in 1, that's also 2 points.
Yeah.
So I understand the don't ask the person furthest behind on the score tracker to police. But I think it's also potentially worth the most points to you.
Yeah. I'm considering a whole different option, which is a little wild.
Yeah, I agree with Fugless, Luke. Probably around 23 to 24 is that minimum range, assuming you have like really exactly the right circumstances. I mean, you could maybe in a perfect world you make a 21-22 happen. PJ Darker, we had rats show up in one game. You know,
What the heck?
I don't know what to say about badgers.
So spending 3 acolytes.
Yeah.
This sawmill.
Yeah. That's fun.
Okay.
Boom.
Rip cats.
And that gets me a point.
Oh no, we just
Use the scripted
Yeah.
point plus thing, not the don't move the token yourself.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It drops you back to 9.
I want everyone to know that I do not stack the draft pools. I did not ban any factions. Yeah, we had one badger. We had the arbiter.
I guess they're happy.
Then does it actually work? It doesn't really work.
If any faction gets banned, it's most likely to be second vagabond.
I can do anyway. So
But I don't know. I really liked that 2v game we had. I thought it was really cool.
Dom swap for the bunny Dom.
No, the 4-player one we had yesterday, right?
And
I mean, honestly, I thought the 3-player one was interesting in its own way, but
recruit. Build.
You weren't kidding about a wild strategy.
It's my only avenue to win.
Yeah. No, it's a
So,
it's a
I
good
think
move.
this is just worth it at this point. It eats up a slot too.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's a little wacky, but
yeah, it didn't happen, Pat. It didn't happen. Lizards sanctified the sawmill in 2 instead.
I am afraid that cats can still do the double.
Oh,
Yes, Luke. That 3-player game was pure game knowledge, you know?
and then
How well do you know the game? Do you draft correctly? Do you come out of the draft correctly?
I think I have the
discarded-
9 points. I don't know if I have the 10.
Oh wait, sorry. I'm gonna have to.
Building this is obviously one of the best things you can do to block me.
No, I have to not do one of these because I have to score. Still this turn. Oh wait, no, I don't. Never mind.
Rabbit dump. Rabbit dump.
Oh, does dominance have to be in daylight?
Sure does. Sure does.
Play?
Dominance is in daylight, yes.
Is in daylight. Okay, then I do have to do this. At which point I might as well reveal this and this. I'm going to recruit 2 warriors here.
Oh, he's only at 9.
And then
He's
I
only-
didn't do, so I'm going to score it for 2 points
Great to use
and
the
then
point.
play for Dom.
Does that?
Didn't you wait? I thought you used the bunnies.
We used, yeah,
Hold back 1 warrior because I had 3.
we still, you can't use the dom and then,
Um,
you can't use the dom and then,
Oh yeah, I guess I would have to do this to actually still play the dominance card, right?
then you couldn't build in that spot.
And then I couldn't build in that bunny. So I guess we're taking all of that back essentially.
rip.
I don't think you can
Don't forget to use the
you could swap to dominance mode using
I think you're at 9, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, no, it was at 9.
Big rip.
But then did you score or are you taking that score back?
I never scored.
Okay.
No, I did
I think
score.
I think the
I
question
did
was
to 11. So
Well, no, you didn't. I don't think you ever hit the button.
Oh no, I
that
didn't
was-
actually score with the cat.
Yeah. I don't think you scored with that.
At which point, it does make sense to. Right, because these are my 3 cards.
After you down swapped, yeah. Use these.
So my 3 builds.
Yep.
And then draw back up. This guy goes into supply. I thought I could do something cool. I couldn't. It's sad. It's a sad day.
It is a sad day.
I like the idea.
We had enough cards, I think, to place 1 warrior score and dom play.
Yeah.
But
Probably should have just done a different daylight then. But it's all good.
you know that
I'm
They're saying they're
not
not sure
convinced yet, but I'm gonna see.
Cause yeah, it's too late now. That is 2 cards, or sorry, 3 cards. And now I get all the cards.
So does that just shut down the cat's win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wood. 2 points in 1 instead of just 1 point somewhere. 2,
If you can't win,
down to 8 points.
to try to take out the base because the Woodland Alliance have 4 supporters, 2 cards.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
Train twice.
if I don't win this turn, I mean, you and the Woodland Alliance are both in spitting distance. So
Spitting distance, yes. I only have 4 cards in hand. I have, again, like 3 warriors on the map. So I'm not convinced
I need to do some math real quick.
that's allowed.
Maybe we can pull it off.
I'm sorry, rudimentary.
Oh no, it's fine.
Move from 9 to 11. No. How many bird cards do we have?
Okay. I'm pitching a bird card. I'm sorry, I lied.
I think we expected the lie.
Yeah, we kind of assumed.
No one believed me, but I'm still sorry for lying.
That's- That we appreciate.
I think sanity check me here. If I do move 1, I still rule here, right?
Correct.
Yeah, no one voted for cats. Not a single person. Not even a hedge bet.
March 1 is moved there.
Y'all might have just tanked the economy.
Because I ruled that clearing.
Do you have outrage for me?
Rage. Yeah.
In mouse, I do not, but you may see my card.
All right, so I'll take 1.
McWarmaker, if you mean to say spend a non-bird to take the bird dom, doesn't work that way.
Yes.
Hey.
Well then.
Oh,
Oh, I got lucky.
rip,
That one. I don't know if it. My
rip, rip. The dream is dead.
Or sad.
I think that stops him in his tracks. I think he needed to rule there to do any building.
No, not only did I need to rule it, I needed to clear this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh darn, the economy is saved. You all get to keep your money.
Yep. Okay, that probably settles that. With 2 actions left.
Oh, I crafted a coins and didn't actually discard it, so I'm just gonna eat that.
You didn't discard it?
You took the item too from the
You sure you didn't
like item gate is when
Yeah, no, I just drew it
crafted,
like
you
back
take
into
the
my
item
hand.
like what I did with the sword.
Because you should have an extra card in hand then.
I don't want to. Sorry, I'll let the cats think.
Um,
They're too excited by the mouse ambushed that.
Like if we're correcting that, we should pick back up a card, right?
I'd say.
I'm a
think
little worried I
it's
gave it to moles,
both
but
the best play for me and
Yeah, I don't think it gets back to Lizard anyway.
Woodland Alliance, which is essential.
Just hate to see it.
I don't know if it'll work or be sufficient because that's a lot of supporters. But March for my 3rd action. I have the same card I did before.
okay, I'll take another
So
one.
I guess it's obvious, but I neglect to field hospitals there when I lost my guys.
Okay,
March there and
Oh no!
huh?
I said, oh no.
Oh,
no, I don't want to
I'm
march
scared.
there.
I don't think you can move out of that
You
clearing.
can't move out of that clearing.
I cannot. I wouldn't want to anyway.
no, he rules that clearing. Six cats.
No, there's a garden.
Oh, right, duh.
Since I have the extra move that I'm not using for anything. Oh, that's a whole lot of cardboard sitting there.
Hey, props to Insolent Noisemaker for almost pulling us off, you know?
Move there.
Right? Think about how hard their game has been.
Another outrage then.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm
With the
battling
laser so
you
much.
with my 4th action here.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play another ambush?
I will not play another ambush, sadly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Big money, big money.
Because if he can revolt here, then that might be
Yeah, but
honestly
if
better for
I
him.
can't
Oh no,
because
he won't have any mice.
He'll have to discard
I
all
don't
his
have any
mice,
mice.
Won't have the knife. Yeah.
yeah.
assuming this isn't a 0-0.
Is that a 1 or a 0? 3-1. 3-1.
Oh, it's tilted. Okay.
that cocked die was scaring me.
Point for that.
Yeah.
And somehow I didn't even build this turn.
Yeah. All right. This is painful.
I draw. Okay, yeah, I draw
All right.
cards.
I think Lizards get a turn now?
Well, hold on. Let me resolve this pain.
Oof. Oof, this is a bad one.
There's my mouse. There
Oh
we
my
go.
god.
That was
I had-
okay. That might
First you had all
might
of the
have
money
actually
cards.
prevented the Woodland Alliance from winning.
yeah.
they had-
I think it
Because
did.
they lose 2 options as well.
Did I lose 2?
Yeah, it rounds up.
Uh,
That's what it says on under bases.
well, I don't love that either. All right.
I think moles are probably on a 2-turn clock.
So
I don't know.
Definitely not looking like a Woodland Alliance game.
4 cards in hand. No, they've got all those ministers. They didn't lose their market. Maybe they pulled off. Yeah, that's a big old maybe.
Well, I may as well spread, I guess.
We should have an outrage card. Good call, Lizars, because we
There's 2.
if anyone's not aware, that was a battle. We
Give it to moles.
as defender choose the order that our pieces are removed and the order that the effects are resolved. Therefore, we remove the base, trigger base removal, then remove the sympathy, trigger outrage. We should have an outrage from it.
Oh, you are right there.
Very easy to either not know that or to forget that. Yeah, super important. And to make it weirder, that's only for battle. If your things are being removed by like a favor or a scorched earth, it's the active turn player's choice, and they can choose to do the opposite order
But I'm trying to decide
instead.
what's Propaganda Bureau.
Because Root is a consistent game.
Trying to think how you can even. Is there anything you can do to slow down the moles?
I don't think so, because I think 11 is just too...
You could prop bureau this and battle.
Yeah.
It would do something. It wouldn't. I don't know if it would make the difference, but
It is consistently great.
These
prop
make him
bureau
have to
this
think on
and
his
battle
turn.
if that's more useful for you.
In all seriousness, I have no issue with that quirk of combat versus non-combat removal. I think that one's fine. There are things I'd love to smooth out in a second edition, but I think that one's fine. General Jack, I've put a non-significant amount of time thinking how you could do a John Company tournament.
It's fine.
This has
I'm
been a
thinking,
quite long game, so
It has been a long game.
sorry,
I'm kind of
sorry for the
thinking...
viewers.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking... We got a police cat. There's nothing
You
that
have to
is
police moles
slowing
more.
moles down.
Let moles
could
police
prop-
me.
You could
No,
prop
I am.
bureau.
I'm not policing you, because there's nothing I can do without just giving points to moles, which I don't really feel like doing. I mean, I could go after 8, but
Oh, General Jack, it is 100% a party game for weirdos and not a tournament game. That doesn't mean I haven't thought about it.
I could go after 8.
Cosmic Kent, if there actually was some really interesting talk about how you would structure an Oath tournament back when it came out. Like if you dig way into the archives of Woodland Warriors, there's some really interesting conversation in there.
Well, and that's the second workshop for 2 points. Yeah, so that would slow that down. Plus, I mean,
If
not
you bureau an 8 and then use your evening action to battle, you get rid of it.
yeah, what are the chances you don't have it?
I mean, I don't know if I have 3. Oh, I guess I have 4 warriors on the board. I have 4 warriors on the board, 1 in the burrow. So,
Mhm.
and I only have 4 cards in hand if you're afraid of Banker, and I need to get 8 this turn.
Yeah, that feels doable.
I mean, I've gotten 5, I think, every single turn. And the thing I was going to bring up on, because I think it is relevant here, the thing I was going to bring up on Noise's turn is that how have I not drawn another sword this whole game? There's so
I
many
think
no one else has gotten them. I haven't ever seen them revealed by the Lizard's hand.
I drew at least one sword.
There was, by the time you crafted your sword, they were all in the Discord pile, so they are in that
Were
deck.
It was
Yeah.
not paying enough attention then, I guess. I thought there was still one. How many swords are there in the deck?
all right,
There-
Moles. I'm
3.
gonna make you go after 8. I am gonna Propaganda Bureau 10.
Make moles do all the work to go after me. It's not your problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna Propaganda Bureau 10, and then I'm gonna use the battle action to battle the tunnel in 10. Would you
I'm
like to
not
ambush?
I'm not ambushing for a tunnel.
Fair enough.
You can roll, but I'll take it back.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Well, I mean, it's just funny.
I
It
like to
doesn't matter.
roll. It's
Yeah,
fun.
that's fine.
Okay, and there, I'm gonna draw one little card. My hand, and end my turn.
So what do we think? Moles take out clearing 11 for 5 points.
Here's the
2 points from their lord is 7.
thing, if I don't
That takes them to 29. And that's just 1 point to Banker or something, right? Seems pretty doable.
in Birdsong, I get a warrior, and then I use false orders.
Yes.
And I guess the question
Did you
is
craft a second false orders?
Yeah, he did.
false
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I had 2, so I was hiding the fact that I had 2 for a while because I couldn't do any good sways. But
Mhm.
there was a time. Okay, this is kind of funny. There was a time when my hand was false orders, informants, Fox Dom. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was it. I don't know. Maybe chat will correct me. But yeah, it was like all foxes, and it was all false orders and informants.
Yeah.
I will false orders. I will false orders the cats.
Out of 11.
Okay.
And I guess, okay, so I need to get 8. And again, I'm overthinking this because math is hard.
Math is hard.
If I banker and Baron, that gets me halfway there or so. And then so the remaining half, I won't be doing any sways if I'm banking. So the remaining half needs to come from cardboard, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, I mean, we can banker for 4, Baron for 2.
go after clearing 11.
The juicy clearing 11.
The juicy clearing 11.
I think our only danger is ambush.
I don't want to false orders into the sympathy, so I'll false.
Because we're doing it with only 3 warriors.
Come on.
Sorry.
That makes
Ah,
sense.
fine.
There's probably an argument to digging there as a form of safety. Get that 1 extra warrior. Maybe recruit as well.
Or I'm gonna.
You're not declaring dominance? Oh well.
No, I'm not. I rule one of the clearings, and I count to 2. Big Marshall 1, 2.
There's a way to play this wrong. Get awful rolls and not win.
Yeah. So
like this is a 99%, but it's not a 100%.
and then I'll dig into 4.
What was the Fox Dom? Oh, we have false orders still sitting there. I see. Fox Dom is the dig. False orders we spent as false orders for its effect.
Mayor. Okay, I should discard this. Discard this. So first I'll Baron for 2. Then I'll banker. I did get kind of lucky on this draw. I'll banker for 3.
Yeah, focus. It would have required messing up some of the action sequencing. We look golden.
2, 3.
This looks 100% now.
Yeah, I marshal. Move all 6 into clearing 11.
It would have required probably not digging and then messing up
Right.
the action sequencing a little bit.
Quarters,
we
I
love,
mean, sorry.
we love causing sympathy. I will brig. Oh god, I hate when I do that. I have some select and I flip. I brig. I'm battling the cats here. Would you like to ambush?
Yeah. I will not ambush.
Come on, cats, you got this.
Battling against the cats.
3 more times.
Okay, the rolls of this game are nuts. So battling against the cats.
These
would you
rolls
like to
have been
ambush?
pretty crazy.
Would you like to
I will also not ambush this time. Come on.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Third battle. I'm gonna mayor.
Yeah. I think you
Two more
still
cats, you got
probably
this.
have it, but
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
oh my god.
I don't think he doesn't have it.
Might not have it. If he
No, my hand's empty. I
Cat
battled
is going
Yes,
mad right now.
Oh my
He
god.
know
doesn't
it.
have it.
That's wild.
Holy.
What?
I will not field hospital.
What is that?
Does not make any sense.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Sandbox.
Woodland Alliance wins.
I'm so sorry.
Look at all that. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I have to do some
Let's go
thinking.
first.
Let's go first.
I have to do some thinking. I'm so sorry, Sandbox.
Inbox, that was.
That should have been
That
your
was-
game. Yeah.
The most brutal thing I've ever seen.
All I needed was 1, not 0.
Yeah.
And I guarantee it.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
My heart goes out to Sandbox. That is brutal. That is so painful. So painful. Played a really great game, and the dice just screwed you.
You got 3 cards, right?
Oh my gosh.
Do.
Why do we hold tournaments for this game?
Score, and that's 5 points.
I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that happened.
But might as well.
That is a 0.02% chance.
Does it make sense to do anything in mouse or fox?
That's insane. Oh, I hope Sandbox is okay. That is so upsetting. 0.024%. Thank you for that correction.
Not really even. So I'll just throw guy into there. Draw these back into my hand. And draw 3 cards. Let's see.
I've seen 3 0-0s before. I don't think I've ever seen 4. I think that's a new record for my personal experience.
Come down to another battle.
You put out your wood.
Wow.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
Round to tell a screw you to probability.
It's true. If you don't have it, I don't think I do. So it could be moles.
I'm not allowed to move wood if I.
Correct. Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, if all your tokens are out, they're out. You don't get to move them. Root doesn't do that, except for the single exception, the mole's tunnel tokens, which are specifically allowed to be moved as part of the dig action, if they're all out.
Right.
It's rudimentary being like, oh shoot, I should have done Dom. I'm just so out of it. I forgot. Yeah, okay, so we have 3 points in 4. Just sitting there for us.
Pretty lucky.
That takes us to 25. We don't have access to the wood in 11 at the moment, but we have plenty of wood in 3. It travels through 8 and 9. It's 5 wood. Pretty easy 5 points. That seems easy, honestly. We take out the stuff in 4 for 3 points, takes us to 25.
Wait a minute.
We build a sawmill workshop for 5 points in 4. I mean, yeah, but those dice. Yeah, I can't argue there.
No. This is going to be me doing logistics for a little bit.
Here's a fun question. I'm not muted, right? You can hear me?
Yeah,
not.
I can hear you.
Yeah, here's a fun question. What do you think my Fitbit heart rate is right now? I didn't even think to check it during the turn, but
What is that?
could I have gotten sympathy? It's at like, God, this is gonna make me sound so fucking unhealthy. I get 1. I get 1. I think it was established in a previous game. I get 1. I'm sorry for cussing. It's at like 145, which is nuts. I don't know how much I trust the hardware.
It was intense. I can feel my heart pounding too. I didn't expect
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is an historic moment.
I knew as soon as the third 0-0 showed.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that hopes Cats gets it. There's a part of me that hopes you get it. There's an intense battle for 11 there. So
Every 0-0 you roll, you get one extra swear.
I just don't have enough of a.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a better Cats victory here?
Just don't have enough.
Like, I know it comes down to the roll. I assume that Insolent Noisemaker is looking for a safer win. There's not real swearing rules, Gooey Kablooey. We like half jokingly established that PG-13 is the target.
Cards in hand, so I could have trained more. So I could be in a better spot if I had more officers.
I'm not convinced you're not winning this, but I guess you have no base, so that's.
I have no base. I've got one
Let's do
officer
it.
and I have one
So it's
supporter.
mostly, if I don't win, it's moles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to see what else would we even do. Move 9 to 4, 4 to 10. Build 10-1. Still need some extra points.
I don't know if I can win this. No, if I get really lucky battling 4, I can win it. Medium lucky.
Yeah, I think he sees it. He just doesn't like it. I think he's looking for something better.
Actually. No. I can't even.
No, you definitely can, right?
My buildings. I think this is my best chance.
Yeah, just needs to roll at least a 2.
Something here.
Just needs to roll a 2, which statistically you're likely to roll a 2 in this economy. If we have a bird card, we can protect from ambush.
I'm battling you here.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna ambush.
I'm not going to ambush.
No ambush. Just need the 2. We got the 2.
Is there justice? There's no justice.
We got the 2.
I think that's what I needed.
Yeah.
That's what Cats needed.
Points.
There is no justice in this world. Sandbox, I am so sorry.
Then
But I take...
just need 5 more points.
I take
5 wood.
Sorry, you
I take deep pleasure in the faction that nobody gambled on winning.
You want me to take the card? It's
I think you guys lose them. I don't know. This has never happened.
and then with 5 wood that can be shipped to here and 2 actions left, I can build,
what
spend
bird?
4 wood, build twice for 5 points.
There it is.
GG.
Did you start at 22 or 21? Oh, I guess that's how it works. You started at 22.
Yep.
Yes.
There it is. What does this do
Really good game.
to the points?
Yeah.
What is this?
So tense for so long.
18k channel points awarded to 0 viewers.
There we go.
Hey everyone, great game. Really great game. Sandbox, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. That was heartbreaking.
I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, no, but you all did great. You all did great. Insolent Noisemaker, congratulations. Thank you so much, everyone. That was a really great game. I cannot wait to see all of you in the next round. Everyone watching, thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for our next game. All right, I will catch all of you then. Have a great one.